Welcome to Ultimate Awesomeness Universe podcast. This is me, Zach. Oh God, I was about to call myself Zach.
Hi, I'm Steven.
I'm Steven. This is Zach.
Hello. No more identity crisis from now on.
It's so freaking weird. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to call myself Zach. Oh man.
So I think this is the best start to the podcast we've done yet. This is great.
Oh man. So yeah, it's been a crazy week for me because yesterday I went to a concert and then today I went to my friend's house.
Oh,
yeah.
big week.
And it's the same friend that went to the concert with me yesterday. So yeah,
Just can't get enough of him.
yeah. Apparently can't get enough of us because he asked if we could come to his house.
Oh yeah. Well, that's pretty exciting. All I did was work for university and sleep and read comics.
At least I got to read comics.
That's true.
So yeah, we're gonna start the podcast.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna start with the Eternal movie news because I noticed we didn't say anything about Eternals or Black Widow. We saw
We must have forgotten that.
Yes, we did.
There was a lot going on in our defense.
Yes. So yeah, the first one I'm gonna talk about is Eternals reveals the cast for the movies. The actors gonna be in the movie, and they have Angelina Jolie, Kumail Nanjiani, I think that's how you say it, Lauren Ridloff, Brian Tyree Henry, Selma Hayek. I can say her name right sometimes, but then sometimes I just fuck up. Selma Hayek, yeah, that's how you say it. Leah McHugh, and that's about it. Yeah, those are the
I am so excited for any Marvel Ensemble movie from this point, just so that I can hear you read the cast list.
Oh.
Because they have to get like such more unknown, unheard of actors. The names are getting harder and harder to say.
Yeah, it's starting to sound like comic book writers and artists.
Yeah.
And they have Kit Harington as Black Knight for Eternals.
Yeah. That's pretty, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, that's because I didn't know who he was because I didn't watch Game of Thrones. So I wasn't as hype as everyone else.
Yeah.
And people told me that he was Jon Snow. I was like, oh, okay.
I've seen like the first 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, and I've seen the Pompeii movie he was in, and that's about it. But yeah, I think I get the idea.
Yeah. I notice they don't say who's, unless I look at the other article. Yeah. It's the other article that lists the characters they playing. Yeah, because they have Richard Madden play as Icarus. Kumail Nanjiani plays as Kingo. Lauren Ridloff plays as Makurai. Brian T. Henry plays as Fastos. Selma Hayek plays as Ajak, or is it Ajak? I don't know. Leah McHugh as Sprite, and Don Sekoma as Gilgamesh. Angelina Jolie is playing as Dina, and Barry Cogan as Drog. And then they have Jimmy Chan as Cersei. So yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah. I really don't know too much about the Eternals. I did some research on them. Because all I know is that they're like basically like the new gods of Marvel.
Yeah, right.
because they're made by the same creator, Jack Kirby, and I don't know. I think for some reason, I don't know I'm not sure who were created first. Was it DC's New Gods or? Because they basically the same thing. They're like Marvel's New Gods, and
yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're just basically like the new gods of Greek mythology. Yeah, they're the new Greek gods they were gods at the time, around the time of Greece, I think. But yeah,
I can never remember any of those gods.
Oh,
because I always get them mixed up with the Roman ones.
Well, they the same. Greek and Roman gods are the same. They just have different names.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's frustrating.
Yeah.
I think there's Neptune or Poseidon, one of the two.
Yeah, they're the same. Yeah, Poseidon is Neptune. They just use different names. I mean, different. Yeah, they just use different names, but they're the same character.
Yeah. I'm not going to try and name them. But it sounds pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it does sound pretty cool. The thing is, to me, I'm starting to notice this could be basically like, since, like, it'll be like Marvel's not Marvel's Inhumans.
Yeah.
Because I noticed, like, when I looked at the character descriptions on Wikipedia's, the characters are, like, very similar to the Inhumans.
Okay.
See, and the thing is, Jack Kirby created the Inhumans as well, so I guess he doesn't...
He just didn't care.
He likes to remake the same characters in different ways.
I mean, fair enough. When you strike gold once, just do it again and again and again.
Yeah. And what I noticed that is, because a lot of people were like, were saying, oh, the first like Latino character in the Marvel universe, and it's like, it's not Latino. I mean, the actress is Latino, but Latina because it's a woman. The actress is Latina, but not the character. The character is a god. It's not from Earth, so she's playing like an alien. Because it says the ancient aliens of the Marvel universe who land on Earth, and they was perceived as gods in human history.
Yeah.
So,
is there really no Latina people in the Marvel universe?
There is. There was one character. There was one character. There's been a couple. There's been like 2 characters in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that was Latina. Yeah, it was 2 women that were in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Because I remember one of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. character posted on Twitter, so he's like, "Excuse me, I'm the first Latina in the show." Yeah, no, I think there was one Latino and one. Yeah, there was one male character and one female character in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. That was yeah. So it's just that people usually don't count the TV shows and they just count only the movies. So the person, the journalist only counted the movies and not the TV shows. And even in the Runaway show, there is a Latino character in there.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is Latino characters in the Hispanic and Latino characters in the universe already. I guess they're just not well known. And they're basically like Greek gods of, like, the new Greek gods of the Marvel universe. Yeah.
Okay.
So
there could be something fun with that, I think.
Yeah. It could be something fun with that. I want to learn more about them because they really don't have that much history in the Marvel universe as well. I mean, the comic books, they don't get used that much.
Yeah, well, like, I've never heard of them until the movie. So
yeah, I rarely heard too much about them. I just know a brief history of them, but I don't know too much crazy stuff about them. So All I know is that they are gods. That's all I know. Gods that came to Earth. That's all I know. I'm gonna do some of my own research and look them up.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
hopefully you get to find out who they are in the movie as well. I'm looking forward to it, and I do know one character, which is Black Knight. I'm really excited to see Black Knight in
Yeah.
the movie, because Black Knight is a more prominent Marvel character in the comic books than the Eternals.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because he joined the Avengers a couple of times, and he had his own book as well. It only lasted.
Okay.
It didn't last that long, but it was a good book because he's not a popular character, but he's been in the Marvel universe for a while.
Yeah.
He's one of those characters, and I'm interested to see Angelina Jolie be in a Marvel movie. I was kind of anticipating for her to be in a Marvel movie, and now she finally is.
Yeah. It'll be good to see her. She's been quiet for a while. She hasn't done a whole lot of acting.
Yeah. And I do want to see Salma Hayek too, because I do love her in the Dust to Dawn movies.
Yeah. Yep.
So I want to see how she plays out in the movies as well, in the Eternal movies. So yeah, it's some pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Look
It's
forward
good stuff.
to. Yeah, they got a lot of interesting actors in here for this movie. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'll see how it works out. And the next one is Black Widow. And for Black Widow, they have the white suit. Is it in the movie?
Oh.
Have you seen the
I
white
didn't know
suit?
that. I don't know how I haven't. What's going on?
Yeah, there's a white suit for Black Widow. She wears a white suit.
I didn't know.
And they have
I didn't know it was going to be in the movie.
Yeah, it's in the Black Widow movie.
Oh.
It looks pretty good. I like the white suit. Because the picture I have from Twitter is a concept art of it. And then there's a called pictures from comicbook.com that has... There's only a mannequin wearing the white suit. But it's pretty good. It looks pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks great.
Yeah. It's just a weird color for... I mean, it's like White Widow.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. She is Black Widow.
Well, I like it. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, apart from contradicting your name, I think it looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Looks, I mean, as with most of her costumes, it looked pretty uncomfortable and not the best for
Really?
espionage or whatever she's doing.
You think so? It looks... Her costume look... What, because she's wearing skin tight outfit. I mean,
Yeah,
not that skin tight, but I think enough to...
maybe. Well, let's see it in action. I'm going to withdraw that statement until the movie comes out.
Oh, man. And I saw the poster for Black Widow, and it's pretty interesting to see Taskmasters on the poster.
Yeah.
It's from comicbook.com. Yeah, they have... And then, I know Taskmasters will be in the movie. It's pretty interesting to see Taskmasters will be there. I remember seeing Red Guardian. Is it?
Yep.
Yeah, Red Guardian. And I know they could have Yelena Benova, which is one of Black Widow's villains, and she was Black Widow at one time.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. She's a pretty interesting character, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I think it could be good.
Yeah, Yelena Belova, yeah. Because they're going to have Red Guardians be played by David Harbour, the guy from Stranger Things, the guy who plays the cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also...
Or better known for his best role ever,
What?
Hellboy.
Oh God, I haven't seen that Hellboy movie.
Oh man, I love it so much. I bought it on Blu-ray as soon as it came out.
Because I heard it didn't do so well, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, it didn't, and it's not very good, but I love it.
You love it?
I love it so much. It's one of my favorite like guilty pleasure movies. It's so good.
What do you mean good? The good isn't bad, or good?
Yeah, like it's so bad that I love it.
Oh, that's what you meant. I was confused.
Yeah, because it's like it feels like it was written by a bunch of like 14-year-old dudes being like, "What'd be cool? What'd be a cool song to have an action scene to?" You know?
Because I saw the trailer for Hellboy and it felt like it was trying to be. It's way too much like Deadpool, and I was like, "This is not fucking Hellboy."
Yeah. It doesn't come across like that, but like the first like act of the movie is actually like legitimately a decent Hellboy movie.
Okay.
But then from there on is where reshoots and just God knows what happened, and it just goes downhill in a great way.
And we have it's Rachel Wall's character who plays Melina. I don't know who that is. And Yenya Belova is played by Florence Pugh or Pugh. I don't know how to say it. But whatever. I'm a terrible pronouncing names. I'm gonna check because I know they cast it. Yeah, because I forgot who they cast as Taskmaster in the movie. It doesn't say. Oh, they still don't know who's playing the Taskmaster. Because I know they said it was a black actor, but it doesn't say. They don't say who's the name. I think they're basing off the Ultimate Universe. Taskmaster was a black character as Taskmaster instead of a white character. Yeah, because in that universe he was black. So I think they're basing off of that version. Yeah. So I remember seeing pictures of the Taskmaster.
Yeah, the set.
Yeah, on the set.
That was like set pictures? Yeah.
Yeah, they showed his skin color. So they know it's a black... They know it's a black person, but they don't say... They never revealing who it is.
I feel like I don't really like the look of the costume from those set pictures, but we'll have to wait and see it in full in a trailer or something, I think.
Alright. Because even in this article that I found, they do say that the character looks like a splitting image of the Ultimate Universe version of the character. He does look like that one.
Oh, does it?
I mean, it's a comicbook.com article. It says... I just... Because I looked on Google to see who's... Because it didn't... The articles that I had didn't have the information of who's Taskmaster. So...
Yeah.
I just go look for information for it.
Okay, I actually hadn't seen the Ultimate version, but that makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah.
I don't know. I like his regular costume as well in the 616.
It's okay. I mean, depending what... I don't like his original costume because there's a more modern costume that I do like.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, because it looks kind of goofy.
Yeah.
With the pirate boots. I'm just not a big fan of that. Because I know there's been modern costumes with Taskmaster I like more.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another news is that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in the Black Widow movie.
Yep.
Because the movie takes place in the past, so...
He's had a nice break of one movie.
So how did you feel about Iron Man being in the movie?
I don't feel good at all. I don't like it.
Why?
I mean, I get that it's set in the past and they can do it, but just because you can doesn't mean you should, you know?
Oh. I don't mind it too much because it's not like they bringing the character back alive. It's set in the past.
Yeah. It's not the worst, but do we know when this is set?
They said that it's going to be there's gonna be an origin story, and there's also gonna be the origin story is gonna be set in further in the past. Wow.
So if it's before Iron Man 2, then you can't really have Tony meet Black Widow.
I think the origin story is gonna be taking place in the past, further in the past, and then there's another story.
Oh, more recent.
That's more recent because they said that the story will be, because they said given the reports, the story, the Black Widow is set between Captain America, Civil War, and Avengers: Infinity War. So it's within it's within the 5-year gap. That's what
that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, because remember there was like a 5-year gap after Infinity War.
Yeah.
So they could have an origin story plus a different story where it takes place.
That's a lot of stories. That's double the story.
Because I know Black Widow's origin is her being, taken as a child into this Red Room program where they train children to be soldiers. Yeah,
it's quite horrible.
Yeah, it is really horrible. So I think that is going to be taken in the further past that part, and then there's going to be a much more present time story that takes it within the 5-year gap of her, I guess, doing either espionage stuff or superhero stuff. Who knows?
Yeah. Something.
Yeah. So I'm okay for Iron Man to be there.
Yeah. I mean,
Black Widow died too, so
that's true. That's true. I think
it's totally fine.
Yeah, as long as he's there, like, and is active in the story, and it's not just like, hey, look, it's Iron Man. Yeah,
that'd be funny if it's just a cameo. Oh, that'd be pointless. I'm not sure if it is, so pointless. But it'll be kind of pointless.
Yeah. But if he's actually like doing stuff, I'd be cool with it.
Yeah.
Although I still think they probably should have waited a little bit longer than one movie.
Oh. Well, they ain't waiting any longer for Black Widow.
That's true.
So the next news I want to talk about, which is the one I really want to talk about, is that there's a new creative team for Batman.
Okay, post Tom King.
Yeah, they decided to announce the who's gonna be the new writer and artist for Batman after Tom King. They decided to announce it on Batman Day. So
let's end the suspense. Who is it?
It is James Tynion IV is a writer, and the artist is Tony Daniel. It's gonna be 3 artists: Danny Mickey, and Tome Moray. I think that's how you say it. So, yeah.
I don't know any of the artists, but
yeah, go ahead.
I do know.
Oh, I do know James Tynion.
Yeah, I keep forgetting his name except for the 4.
Yeah,
but I always kind of I can get close because Tannen, I think of like Tyrion or something.
Yeah, I didn't know how to say his name before until someone said it, so.
Yeah. I think I just look at the 4 and go, there's 4 of these dudes? Wow.
Yeah, they're going to have 3 artists because I think, I don't know why they're going to have 3 artists. It's like, what, are they going to switch? How is that going to work?
Yeah. Either they switch or they just, maybe it's art heavy and they need a lot of people to do it to get it quick, or I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's probably why, like, just in case if one artist is not available, they'll use another one. So I think I'll see how that works out, but I'm glad that James Tynion is writing Batman because
he's good.
He is real good. I loved his Detective Comics run. Yeah. Have you read that one?
Oh. I haven't read the whole run, but I've read a little bit of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love that. I love this run. It's really good. And I love his Justly Dark That's also pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Yeah, Justice League Dark is pretty fun, and I did like his Talent. It was I think is the Talon, right? Yeah, the Talon. He's from the Court of the Owls. He's like he's actually one of the good guys. I forgot what was the character's history. God damn, it's been so long because he only had 8 issues, and then after that he disappeared.
Yeah,
but it was a good book. It came out around the new 52 started, and then I also did like his Constantine series, and that was great too. So he's really definitely one of my favorites because to me it sounds like he knows the characters of the DC universe so well. It's just he knows a lot about the characters, and I could see why Scott Snyder brought him on to work for DC.
Yeah,
because he was one of Scott Snyder's students from the university, whatever university it is. I forgot.
Oh, okay.
That he was teaching.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so he brought him in for the job, and he's pretty good at it. I even think that he's better than Scott Snyder. So.
Oh, okay.
Pretty
cool. Fair enough, though.
Yeah, because I've noticed like the issues. Because I know Scott Snyder uses James Tynion to write some Justice League issues, and every time when James Tynion is writing those Justice League issues, he writes it much better than he does. Like I enjoy the Justice League more when he's writing than Scott Snyder.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah. I like Scott Snyder too, but it's just that I don't think he knows how to write the Legion of Doom characters that well. I just don't, because he writes the villains very one-dimensional.
Yeah.
I really don't like that. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to him writing Batman because I really don't like Tom King. Tom King could really even write a conversation in the book. It just sounds so stiff and not fluid. Like the characters are just speaking in one words instead of actual sentences. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
Tom King does not know how to write Batman characters. It's just really awful, and I can't wait for it to be over. Just to. Oh man, because I have not been reading Batman for a while. It's just I get back into it just to see what goes on, but after that I just like, nope, not reading it again. It's terrible. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, and I really want to see some elements from his Detective Comics run in the Batman series. And he also did some. I remember he was also one of the writers for Batman Eternal, because I know Batman Eternal had a whole group of writers.
Okay.
It was Batman Eternal and Batman and Robin Eternal. Those were pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And he also wrote the Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles books, but those are okay.
Yeah, they're meant to just be a bit of fun though.
Yeah, it's just that I don't know, he has like a weird way of, he doesn't write good stories combining the two characters. It's just, I mean, the two world of characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the one I'm reading currently right now is just, it's not that great. I'm really not liking it. So, the next, I'm looking forward to him as writing Batman though. Can't wait for it. I've been excited, so I'm looking forward to it. So the next one is Tom Welling, Clark Kent, and Eric Durance is who play Lois Lane from Smallville are joining the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover.
Yeah, this is getting big.
Yeah, it's getting. I just don't know how many characters are gonna fit in here because I know they says it'll be 5 hours long.
Oh. My God.
I know, for a TV show to watch something that's like 5 hours long.
All right.
So yeah, it's crazy. I'm kind of happy to see the Clark Kent and Lois Lane to be in the crossover, because I did like Smallville to some extent. It was alright, but
yeah,
they did put a history for superhero shows. I mean, for DC. So
yeah,
it's kind of exciting to see it cross over with this universe. So yeah.
See, I never watched much of Smallville, but my brother watched the whole thing, and I think I walked in at like the last episode as he's right about to become Superman.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, this is cool, a Superman TV show. And he's like, yeah, it took him 10 years to get to this point. And I was like, okay, I'm not watching it.
Yeah, 10 years just for him to actually, well, not even wear the suit. He just wore, like, you just see him, like, he only wore, like, the top part of the suit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you see him pull off his button-off shirt to get to be Superman, and the rest is CGI, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because he said he didn't want to be in tights because he thinks tights look stupid. But I'm like wondering, what does he say now if superhero outfits?
You know what else looks stupid, Tom Welling?
Because the superhero outfits has been much cooler now than what they used to be back then.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah, I remember Aquaman on that show looking a little bit goofy.
Oh yeah, the hoodie outfits is so great.
Yeah,
seeing Cyborg in a hoodie was awesome. Right?
Yeah,
that was so god awful. Everyone had a hoodie, and it was just ugh. And then he went with the trench coat, looking like he's from the Matrix.
Yeah,
that one was okay. It was ridiculous that it looked like a Matrix outfit, but it didn't look too bad. And then he had the leather jacket with the red leather jacket with the blue shirt under. And it's like, okay, they're really trying hard not to put tights on him. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully he gets to wear the actual Superman outfit this time. But so far, they're only saying he's going to be Clark Kent. They don't say he's going to be Superman, so they're not sure.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to not be as exciting with everyone just being the alter egos.
Oh.
Because, I mean, all I want from this is Kevin Conroy in a Batman outfit. That's all I want.
I just wonder how he's gonna wear a Batman.
60-year-old Batman.
He's not. I think he's. Is he older than 60?
I don't know. I was going to say 70 originally, but I didn't want to offend him.
Because I forgot how old he is. Oh, he's 63.
Oh, I was pretty close. I'll take that. That's a win.
Oh, man. I think he could pull off a bat suit.
Oh, for sure. For sure he can. He's got the chin for it.
And they can put the old Flash actor that was in the 90s series in a suit. I think they could pull him off.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'm glad that they're going to have Lois Lane in there, because in Smallville, I did like how this actress played as Lois Lane. She nailed it, to be honest.
Yeah.
She does a really good Lois Lane. So I'm happy to see her there. Even though I did see her as Supergirl's mom in that universe. So it's going to be kind of awkward.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because she plays Supergirl's mom from her birth mother from Krypton. Yeah, she plays as her mom, and it's pretty interesting. I'm not sure it's gonna be any references like saying like if Supergirl runs into her and says, "You know, you look like my mom." It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, this would be kind of freaking weird.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see the interactions. This will be fun.
Yeah, I can't say I watched the whole thing, but I'll definitely watch
the crossover.
The bits where everyone crosses over.
Okay, the next news is Doom Patrol and Young Justice gonna have new seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, Doom Patrol is gonna have a season 2, and Young Justice is gonna have a season 4. And so I'm pretty excited for that because I did enjoy Doom Patrol, and I did enjoy Young Justice. It was really good. I'm really looking forward to those. Too bad Zach can't see those. I mean, because I know there's some, I guess hopefully there'll be some hope because they're going to be on HBO Max, but we don't know if HBO Max is going to, because I know WB is making a streaming service with all their content in one platform.
Okay.
It's going to be called HBO Max, but I don't know if it's going to come out internationally. I hope it does.
Me too.
Because I'm tired of seeing Zach get left out.
I just get to see what gets announced and what gets cancelled. And act like I've seen it.
Yeah. I really like what DC Universe is doing with their shows. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Well, I've heard good things about Doom Patrol.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Hopefully the WB streaming service comes internationally.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're gonna have a whole bunch of things that's gonna be in there, and they haven't announced the price yet. But I remember they announced that they're gonna have WB, CW, DC Universe streaming service, HBO, Cinemax, and Crunchyroll, and Rooster Teeth. I don't know if they're gonna have Vern, but I hope they do. It's another anime streaming service that has Crunchyroll and Rooster Teeth in one package.
Okay.
Yeah, so and it's owned by WB, so I'm wondering they're gonna put everything in there. So I'll see.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you'll see, and you'll tell me.
Yeah, because they haven't released the full information about it. They just know some of it.
Yeah.
Because it's still in development with the streaming service. It's not gonna be out until next year, I think. So I'll see how it works out.
Okay.
And then apparently Deadly Class was not picked up by any network, so it's not. Ooh. It's definitely dead. I guess dead in the water.
Done.
Yeah, so it's not getting a second season anywhere.
Oof. Yikes.
Yeah, because I remember it got canceled in Sci-Fi, and Recommender was hoping it could get picked up by other networks, but it hasn't happened. So,
well, I can't say I've seen Deadly Class, but
it was really good. I did enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay.
I did enjoy the first season a lot, and I was hoping to see the continuation. I just don't like the way Rick Remender kind of phrased it in his tweet. He says that Deadly Class will not be moving to a new network, which is sort of perfect when you think about it. If you want to see what happens after the first season, you have to buy the comic books, which are pretty keen. Thank you for our fans for your huge support. You helped smooth this thing. But it's just that because I noticed, the first season is not exactly like the comic books. It's similar to the comic books. Like they took some things from the comic books, and then there's some things they changed. So whatever happens after the first season doesn't happen. It's like they're not just one and the same. It's just weird. It's that you want to know what happens after the first season, you have to buy the comics. Yeah. It's like, no, they both have different stories, different plot lines. Yeah. Didn't happen. The characters took different paths at certain points, especially with Willie's character. His story is totally different. I mean, he goes out with a different girl in the Deadly Class in the TV show, and then the comic version. None of that story is there in the comic version, so there's no point of really actually saying that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I remember even the teacher has a different origin story. I mean, his story is totally different than the comic books, and I like his story on the TV show than the comic book. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why he did that. I mean, I don't know why he's saying that, to be honest. But yeah. I really wanted to see, because the cliffhanger left off in like the second volume of the Deadly Class, and I wanted to see that adapted into the TV show. And sadly, I won't be able to see that. So I'm kind of disappointed no other network has picked it up.
Yeah, okay.
I was hoping for Netflix to pick it up because it's very bloody and brutal. And I was surprised that it was going to be that dark on Sci-Fi.
Yeah, well, Netflix does some dark stuff. They'd love it.
Yeah, that's why I thought they would pick it up. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Because they don't say who they put acts who pick up the show. Would have liked if Netflix picked it up.
Yeah.
So they could keep the darkness in there and probably even go more dark.
Yeah. I've started watching Happy on Netflix, and that is exceptionally dark.
I heard it's been pretty dark. My boyfriend saw it, but I still haven't got to see it yet.
It's pretty good, man. I like it.
All right, I gotta check it out. Even though they canceled that too.
Yeah, it's done.
So next one is, I know this is kind of old, but I didn't get to talk about it when it came up. That there's going to be a Sandman TV series in development by Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Alan Heinberg is to be the showrunner, chief writer, and Neil Gaiman and David S. Goyer is going to be the executive producers.
Okay.
It's just, I don't know, but I'm hoping that this will be in the same universe as Lucifer, the show that's on Netflix. Because I know that Lucifer is from Sandman in comic books. And I only have read the first 3 volumes of Sandman. I have not finished it because I had to read them for my comic book club. So I read those 3 I read the first 3 volumes. So I don't know the whole entire story, but I know Lucifer was there in like a couple of issues, and I read all of Lucifer, which the comic books are okay. I like the TV show more than the comic books. So I'm hoping that they'll be in the same universe because they both on Netflix, so it'll be interesting. And it looks like, I mean, if that's the case, then it could be that Netflix is probably making a whole universe, is gonna make a Sandman universe of DC characters, because Sandman has like his own world of characters. Like, it takes place in the DC universe, but they have their own like universe, because Sandman, I mean, there's a dream world with a whole bunch of characters, and they have spin-off to their own comic book series as of now. Like, they have the Dreaming and the House of Whispers and the Books of Magic, which is all in the same umbrella as Sandman. So it'll be interesting if Netflix decides to like make their own universe with these DC characters.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, we don't have the Marvel characters anymore, but now we have these DC characters to play with and make our own shows of. So it'd be interesting if that's the route that they're going to.
Yeah. I kind of want to see where it goes.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's a spin-off. to Sandman. Yeah, Lucifer. That Sandman is a spin-off of Lucifer. So interesting. And I would like to see Lucifer interact with Sandman in there. It'd be really interesting. I just don't know how they're gonna pull this off, because they said that it would be the most expensive TV show they probably have ever gonna do.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I see how this works out.
Yeah. Okay. Bit of a risk, but
yeah,
I'll take it.
I just don't know how they're gonna do it, the comic book exactly, because there's like been DC characters like Superman and Martian Manhunter that's been in the Sandman books. And like, are those characters going to be in there, or they're not going to be there?
Yeah.
So I don't know if any of the DC characters that were in Sandman are going to actually be in the TV show. So I'll see how it works out.
Okay.
But I'm really looking forward to that. Apparently Krypton and Lobo got cancelled.
So Lobo didn't even get a first season, did it?
Yeah, they decided, since Krypton didn't do well, they decided to not even bother with Lobo.
Of course. I think a Lobo show would actually be okay.
From not that universe.
Not that universe, no. Not that universe. But hopefully this opens up for anyone else to do it.
Yeah, because I saw the first season of Krypton. It was terrible. They didn't see the second one.
Yeah.
I might check it out now that it's over.
I think Krypton was just a flawed premise, I think, from the start.
Yes, because they try to put it's really retarded, because it's like they try to put the DC villains the Superman villains in the past. So it's like they time travel to the past.
Yeah.
And this is like trying to change history, and it's just what bothers me is that this show is taking place 200 years from Krypton blowing up.
Yeah. It's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time. So what? Like, this is way too far in the past, and I don't understand why they're taking it that time frame. And then you have Zod coming from the future to the past, and you have Doomsday, Lobo. And I'm like, oh god, it's another Gotham that tries to insert all the villains into the past, and it just doesn't work right to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was not a good show to me, to be honest. And I'm I do understand why it didn't do so well on TV ratings, because it was really bad. So I'm not surprised that it got canceled. And Lobo was terrible in that trailer, so I'm glad.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, I'm glad it's not going to happen. The next news is Spawn, Joker, Terminator are gonna be in the Mortal Kombat 11 game.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I didn't expect Spawn.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't expect Spawn to be in the game. I'm really excited because I have this game and I've been having fun with it.
Yeah, I've got it, but I haven't had enough time to play it as much as I would like. But when I first got it, I was playing it a lot, and it's really fun.
Yeah, I played the story already. I stopped playing it a little bit.
Yeah,
I have been playing it when it first came out. I played it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been having real fun with it, and I can't wait to play as Spawn and the Terminator. I'm surprised the Joker is in this game, but I think I know why they did it. They did to advertise the movie, obviously.
Is it the Joker from the movie?
Not really. No, it's not. But
no, but still, yeah,
it's just a Joker. It's a Joker. He looks different than the comic book version. He looks like the Joker, obviously, but it's just the art. They changed the art style. He doesn't look like the same one in Injustice. He looks different.
Yeah,
and maybe they'll have a skin where you can play as the Joker from the movie. I'm not sure they would do that, but It would be interesting.
That would be fun.
Yeah. So I'll see how that works out. I really am looking forward to that. To have those characters in there. And I noticed Terminator is getting a lot of interest in video games because I remember Sarah Connor's in the Gears of War game.
Yeah, and so is the T-800.
Oh, he is? I don't have that game, but my boyfriend was playing it for Xbox Game Pass. He played some.
Oh, man.
And I know you've been playing it because I see.
Oh, I love that game.
I see on Discord it said Zach is playing Gears of War.
Mate, I've fallen so far behind on uni because of that game. I love it.
Wow. See, at least you're having fun with it.
Oh, it's really fun. It's a good game.
Yeah, and I remember seeing when my boyfriend was playing it, he was playing as... when he was playing it, one of his friends were playing as Sarah Connor.
Yeah, okay.
Game, so
yeah,
it was pretty interesting to see her in the game.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I love playing as my favourite Gears of War character, Sarah Connor.
Oh, you actually play as her?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
But they've also added Batista, so...
Yeah, and I noticed they added some Halo characters as well.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I think that's to promote the Halo Reach or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's what it is for. So the next news is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is they had a free update. It was in August. I already downloaded these characters, but I haven't played as Colossus and Cyclops in the game.
Okay.
I did unlock, because the thing is, you don't just download the characters, you have to unlock them in a type of Infinity Raid.
Yeah.
So me and my boyfriend unlocked them, but we haven't played it since then because we got distracted by Borderlands 3. I've been playing that. So I haven't gone back to Ultimate Alliance. I will get there. And they had 3 new costumes, which is the symbiote Spider-Man suit, Planet Hulk, the Hulk from Planet Hulk, and Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel. Yeah, her Miss Marvel costume. So, yeah, the thing is, what I hate is that you have to level up the characters so high to unlock these costumes, and me and my boyfriend is like, we're not doing this right now. We'll do this later, and we haven't got back to it yet. So, is it because the game gets real difficult? I can't wait to play with those costumes. I just gotta figure out a time to actually play and unlock those costumes. Because we're in the level late 20s or 30s with the characters. And you have to be like level 50 or 60. And I know Captain Marvel, her Miss Marvel costume is like, you have to be level 90 to unlock it. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. We have to be playing a lot just to get that. It's crazy. And they're also gonna have, I can't wait for this one on September 30th. They're gonna have more characters to play with, which is the Marvel Knights characters. There's Blade, Moon Knight, Punisher, and Morbius. And
okay.
I'm really looking forward to it because I've been wanting to play as like Moon Knight, Blade, and Punisher. I was really surprised Morbius could be in the game, so I'm looking forward to play as him too. I really was not expecting Morbius to be in the game because he is not that much of a popular character. But
no, he's not.
I like him a lot. It's just I just know he doesn't get that much attention because there's one series I like of his, and he only had 9. He only had 9 issues because it didn't sell well. Yeah, his character is not that popular, so I was surprised to see him there. And now we got to see. Now we get to have those characters. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And this will be a gauntlet mode for new characters with the new characters.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I'll check out what that gauntlet mode is because they don't have any details on that. But
yeah,
I am really looking forward to these characters. And my boyfriend really wants to have Punisher in this game for the longest. And he thought he wasn't going to be in that game. But when he heard this, like, yeah, I'm definitely playing it. Yeah. And I'm excited to play as Moon Knight and Blades as well.
Yeah, it's a good lineup.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking forward to it.
And they're adding a lot of stuff to that game as well, it seems. So,
yeah,
good stuff.
They are. And now the last news for today is to be Mortal Kombat movie news.
Okay.
Yeah, they're making a new Mortal Kombat movie. It's going to be a reboot, and director James Wan is working on it.
Is he directing it?
It says that he's only producing it, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, he's only he's only producing the movie.
Yeah. So, okay.
And Simon McCoy is the director, and the writer is Greg Russo. So
the third unknown, unloved Russo brother.
I'm not sure he's a Russo brother.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
Oh my god. So yeah.
But it's close.
Yeah. And they already have like the cast of the movie. They have Joe Taslim.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. Joe Taslim as Sub-Zero. Hiraku Sadana as Scorpions. I'm gonna be terrible with these names, ladies and gentlemen. Chin Han as Shang Tsung. Ludi Lin as Liu Kang. Mikhail Brooks as Jax. Tad Nabu Asano as Raiden. Sissy Stringer as Lena. Jessica McNamee as Sonya Blade. And Josh Lawson as Kano.
Okay.
And then they have Louis Tan has been cast as undisclosed lead character. So I see who he is. I guess see.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I know any of those people.
Yeah, I don't know any of these people except for Macat Brooks, because he plays Jimmy Olsen in Supergirl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how you could pull off a Jax, because Jax is a much bigger guy than him, but I'll see how it works out.
We'll have to see. But yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
I hope it's good.
Movie. I hope it's a good Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah, I hope it's better than the other ones.
Yeah, I really don't know most of these actors that's gonna play these characters. I really don't know.
No,
I have to look at IMDb.
James Wan being attached is at least a decent sign.
Yeah,
he's done some good stuff.
Oh, this is a video game, not the movie. God damn it! I went to type Mortal Kombat and it gave me the list, the casting list for the video game.
The voice actors.
I was like, wait a minute, I'm on somewhere else. So yeah, I really don't know any of these actors that's in the movie. I'm gonna have to look at the IMDb's on my own time. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this at least.
Yeah.
So that's good stuff. Now I'm going to talk about The Boys Season 1.
Hell yeah.
This was a really fun show.
It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, I really loved it. It was like one of the best TV shows I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's brutal and it's full on, but
yeah. I mean, I was expecting
it's
to
really
be brutal on Amazon. Amazon doesn't have any restrictions on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a really good show. Oh, man. I never read the comics. I'm going to check them out someday, but I never read them. But
yeah, I haven't, but the show's made me want to read them.
Yeah.
And it's made some of my friends who don't read comics, it's made them read the comics for this.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah, they love it.
That is very interesting.
But yeah, from what I've been told, the comics are very, very different to the show.
Yeah, and there's like some videos that I've seen that said that they said the TV show is better than the comics.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I gotta see the comparison, because I had the same feeling for Preacher and Lucifer. I like the TV shows better than the comic books. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great show.
Yeah, and I just really liked the characters, and I really did like Starlight is her name?
Starlight, yep.
Yeah, she was a really good character. I really enjoyed even the actress that plays that character. It was really...
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah. Because I even like the plot line where she's wearing those sexy, scandalous outfit, and she was like, no, I agree with her. It's like, I don't want to wear that.
Yeah.
I did.
That looked cold. I'm not wearing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there isn't a whole lot you can say without spoilers, so...
Me could spoil it. I mean, there's a whole point of this discussion.
Yeah. I know, but I'm just saying, if you haven't seen it, go and watch it.
Yeah, go watch it.
And then come back and listen.
Yeah, but... Damn, A-Train was such an asshole.
Oh, wasn't he?
Yes.
What really caught me off guard, and I did not see coming in a million years, was when he put all the heroin in Popclaw.
Oh, yeah.
After she was, like, hiding out in wherever.
Yeah, that was really brutal. How he killed his girlfriend, and it's just...
It was crazy.
He's such an asshole. And then he blamed it on this guy.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't really blame it on himself. Like, he was seeing it was this guy's fault. The guy's name is Huey. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, when he killed Huey's girlfriend in the beginning, I'm like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was just brutal. Like, he just...
It's just...
blood everywhere, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry. And...
It does a really good job of getting you on Huey and the boys' side.
Yeah, it does.
While the world is just stacked against them, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting. Like, I felt like it would be like Watchmen, but it still has its own thing.
Yeah.
And god damn it, Highlander is such a brutal character.
Oh, I was about to say, whoever played Highlander did an incredible job, because I hate him.
I do hate him, and that's the whole point.
Yeah, exactly. So the guy playing him did an excellent job.
Yeah. Did such a great job, and it's just... He plays like... Because he reminds me of the Injustice Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot.
If they ever made an Injustice movie, he'll be perfect as that Superman.
Yeah, he was good.
And I was not expecting what he did at the end.
The cliffhanger. Oh,
yeah.
man.
Oh, my God.
That was like... That is like the best sort of fuck you that Carl Urban's character could have had, you know?
Yeah.
Like, nothing would hurt him more than... Like, even just his wife just being dead would not have hurt him more than...
Yeah.
He got cucked by Homelander.
Yeah, I was not really expecting him to burn the girl's eyes out like that, and it's just...
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. This show was just so brutal.
What happened to her baby? Do we know?
No, we don't know. The baby is still...
It's either just...
Yeah, so we don't know who's going to raise the child. Okay. Oh my God, because definitely not going to have Homelander raise the kid.
No. He'd be the worst dad in the world.
Yeah, so I'll see what happens with that.
Oh yeah. And the other scene I thought was really, really well done was on the plane.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that scene was terrible because I mean like Homelander just like doesn't even give a shit that there's a kid there and just like eye lasers the plane and it's like wow.
Yeah.
Such a dick.
And then when they're trying to leave and they're like, just take my daughter, and he like threatens to laser just everyone there.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's like shit.
He is very shit.
That's dark. Yeah. Like you hate A-Train at the start, but like compared to Homelander, you're like, this guy's not that bad.
Yeah, I think Homelander is worse than A-Train.
Yeah, A-Train has only murdered like a handful of people. Homelander's murdered so many.
Yeah.
He just loves it.
And it was weird because people on Reddit actually look up to these characters. Like, no, you're not supposed to look up to these people, but okay.
Yeah.
Because these are like murderers. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they're awful people.
Yeah, they have no sympathy for innocent people. They just like kill. It's like I don't mind bad people, but good people, hell no. Even children, come on, it's just awful.
They started to show a bit of sympathy for the Wonder Woman character, though.
Yeah, I don't think she really is one of those type of people. Like, I honestly don't think she was.
Yeah, she's sort of just caught up in it.
Yeah,
can't really do much.
I think she's just caught up in it. Like, I don't think she's killed anyone. I just think that. Oh yeah, I think I know what airplane scene you was talking about. The one with they leave a whole bunch of people that the plane was gonna crash and
yeah.
I mean the plane ends up crashing into the water and those people die. Yeah, that was.
I completely forgot the one you were talking about before that.
Oh, because I remember the one that there was two airplane scenes. The one with the Homelander. Like eye laser beam.
He destroys two planes full of people. In the show.
It's just oh my God, it's terrible.
Oh, and both of them, he's like staring at small children as he does it.
Yeah, he doesn't really give a shit about children. It's just really god awful how he is.
He's a prick.
Oh my man. God! And I didn't think he was gonna kill the woman that was gonna he was working for, because he wanted to have sex with her and he just didn't think he was gonna kill her.
Yeah, I completely forget where we were.
It was on the Homelander with the airplane.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we saw about the Wonder Woman character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because she sort of starts to bond with Starlight. And
she
sort of reveals that like all the good stories that they make up for everyone else are like true for her, and
she starts to feel sympathy for what's going on with Starlight, and she doesn't like the things that Homelander does. Yeah. And I remember she was in a relationship with Homelander at one point in time and they broke it off. Yeah.
Yeah, Homelander had
go ahead.
I don't know if it's in the comics, but when they sort of explained his origin in the show, they made it so you can understand why he's like he is. Yeah. But you still hate him.
Yeah, of course. They just wanted to want to make you understand why he does the things, not just not to agree with what he does.
Yeah, I think I didn't expect all the weird sexual stuff that he was going to get into.
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
and
like he stands there staring at his boss through the walls and shit.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
And I noticed the Deep character. He's not too bad. Yeah, I know that was disrespectful and fucked up.
He starts off as like, this guy's almost as bad as A-Train, and then by the end you're like, he's so harmless.
Yeah, because it seems like he was just influenced by all the bad things that happen with these superheroes, and he wasn't really a bad person. Like, you started finding out like later on that I mean, the sexual harassment thing was bad. It was really bad, but it seems like he didn't know any better.
Yeah,
like he just doesn't know how to behave or what's actually appropriate to be a human being. Like, he seemed like he could be a decent guy and could learn from his mistakes and be a better person. That's what it looks like. But I'm not sure he's gonna reach up to that point. I'm gonna have to
I don't know. Yeah, because he starts off and you're like, this guy's a real piece of shit. But at the same time, he doesn't murder anyone.
Yeah, he doesn't murder anyone. He cared about the dolphin.
Yeah.
Poor dolphin.
Oh, yeah.
Felt so bad.
I completely lost what I was going to say.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. In the comic books, when Starlight first joins in the show, how the Deep harasses her and does what he does. In the comic books, it's just straight up Homelander that does it.
What do you mean that actually does it? I mean,
that when Starlight first gets there and the Deep like takes his pants off and tries to like make a move on it, in the comic books it's Homelander that does it, not the Deep. So he's just a straight up like biggest piece of shit in the comic books.
Oh, okay.
Because like in the show he sort of tries to hide it from the public, you know?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does try to hide it from the public in this show.
But no, it's a really good show. It's cast very well. Everyone gives a good performance.
Yeah, everyone does.
I think Huey does really good.
Yeah, he did really good, and I was like definitely on his side. Like, he was.
I was like, yeah, you should be mad.
Yeah, he should be mad.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's like, fair enough, man. And I couldn't believe when they killed Translucent.
Oh yeah, I was
not
expecting that.
I was just like,
Huey.
wow, okay.
I was like, wow, because he's like such an innocent-looking guy, and it didn't come across that he was gonna do that to Translucent. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And I was also not expecting Frenchie care about that girl. I forgot her name. The Asian.
Yeah, that was a bit of an unexpected subplot.
Yeah, like he was actually falling in love with her.
Yeah,
it was a really good show. I really did enjoy it, and I'm not sure Kyle Urban's character Billy Butcher is. I'm not sure he's a good guy. Like, I kind of feel like there's something wrong with him too in the show.
Oh yeah, he's insane. he just dragged everyone on his personal vendetta.
Yeah, it does seem like that way. Yeah, like, I think he's twisted in his own way, and I guess they're gonna show more of that in the second season.
Yeah, I think he's going to go completely off the rails in the second season, especially with what he's discovered about his wife and Homelander, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. At the end, it was just, ugh. I wonder how that's going to work out with his wife.
Yeah. Other than that, I have absolutely no idea where the second season's going to go.
Yeah, I have no idea where it's going to go.
I suppose they'll have to try and get Billy back because I assume Homelander will have him captured now if he doesn't kill him.
Yeah.
And they've got Starlight on their team now. She's helping them out.
Yeah. I'd definitely like to see what happens with that because I know the Starlight didn't agree with some of the things that they were doing.
No, definitely not.
So yeah, I definitely want to see how that works out.
Yeah, great show.
Yeah, and I didn't think, because it was interesting to see Simon Pegg as Huey's father in there.
Yeah, that was pretty cool because Huey is based on Simon Pegg in the books.
What is that? What you said again? Sorry.
Huey is based on Simon Pegg in the books.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Like he's designed off him, so it's pretty cool.
Oh,
it's good to see.
Check that out because I have not read the comic books yet. I gotta check that out. Yeah, it was a really good TV show. Oh man, and I'm hoping we get to see more Black Noir.
Because he didn't have a lot to do.
Yeah, he was just there.
Yeah. But he didn't seem bad. I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, he was just behind the scenes. He wasn't like he was barely there.
He was making a movie with Seth Rogen. That was about it.
Yeah, and Mother's Milk, which the black guy, that's such a weird name for him, but
yeah,
the guy that works with the boys, basically, he like that everybody kept making fun of him when he talks to his girlfriend. Yeah, because his girlfriend always yells at him over the phone, and he's like, "Oh, pussy about it." Yeah, it was so funny. I did enjoy that. The comedy was good in this show as well. It was good all around, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it was pretty funny for such a dark show.
Yeah,
it had some good jokes.
Yeah,
it was just well written all around.
Yeah,
very well done.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the second season.
Yeah, me too.
Did they kill A-Train in the TV show?
I was just trying to think about that.
Oh,
because he has a heart attack.
Yeah,
I can't remember if like Starlight brings him back or not.
Yeah, my memory's blank on that. Oh man, I should have gotten a refresher.
Yeah, I should remember this. I've seen that bit twice. I don't think he's dead.
Okay, they should kill him.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
I don't think he does. Oh god, 'cause I don't remember that. I know he gets a heart attack, and I think that's about it. Yeah,
because Huey tries to give him CPR, and then Starlight stays behind, so we don't know. Okay. I have no idea. I'm going to say maybe. Anything else on the boys?
Not really. I don't. Oh, the fly was kind of weird in the scene. Though I think it was. I know you see the fly running around, like flying around when they were talking. I don't remember that scene where there was like a fly flying when Billy Butcher was talking with, I think it was Huey. And it was like a fly. And someone on Reddit had told me that fly has to do something with it's a character like Ant-Man in the show. I mean, the comic books. And he was in the beginning of the show when they go to that bar place where everybody's just hooking up.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that was real weird. You're gonna see more of his character maybe in the second season because he's in the later books.
Yeah,
so I definitely have to check that out. So, yeah, and I really did like this TV show. It was a really good one.
It was very good.
Yeah, and now I guess I'll talk a little bit about the Batman Hush movie.
Okay.
Did you see that or?
I didn't see it, no.
Oh.
So
okay.
I'm relying on you here.
It was okay.
Okay.
It was good up to a certain point.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should tell you who they put as Hush in this one.
You can spoil it. It's all good.
Oh, okay.
We'll go into spoilers. So if you haven't seen it and don't want spoilers, go watch it and then come back.
It's the Riddler as Hush.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they fucking ruined it.
Why? What?
Yeah, instead of Tommy Elliott, which was supposed to be Bruce Wayne's friend from school,
right?
It was the Riddler.
That's such a pointless.
Yeah, it was so fucking retarded. It was horrible.
Pointless change.
That part. Like, I loved everything until they revealed who Hush was, and that just ruined the whole entire movie for me.
Yeah, why didn't they just leave it?
I don't know, because they wanted to give it a shock value. And to me,
That's
shock value, that doesn't work. I mean, you don't just do shock value just for the sake of it. It's just...
Yeah, that's the Riddler would never do that as well.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right for it to be the Riddler. I really did not like that the Riddler was Hush. It just really bothered me when I saw that, and it was just like, oh, why did they do that? I was enjoying the movie up until that point, because I really did. I did like how they explored the Batman and Catwoman relationship in that movie. It was so much better done than what Tom King ever did, and it really made sense of why they would break up, because in the movie they do break up, and the only reason why they broke up is because Batman is not willing to cross the line. Like, she wanted him to kill the Riddler, and he wouldn't do it, even after he killed his best friend. So it's like, she thought that Batman was insane for not wanting to kill the criminals. So they decided
She thinks he's insane for not wanting to kill someone, but she doesn't think he's insane for dressing up as a bat and running around.
Because she just looks like a cat running around.
Yeah. She's an idiot.
Oh, man. I guess there's certain things that they consider insane. I don't know. But that is a good point. But yeah. So yeah. They decided... It did make sense of why she broke up with him, though, because the one with Tom King is just like, he decides to make Catwoman not get married with Batman because Bane told her not to, and it's like, oh god, that just sounds stupid. So yeah, that's why I prefer this Batman Hush movie, how they did it. It was really interesting, and it actually made more sense than what Tom King does. It was a really good movie, and I mean, it was a good movie up until that point. It's just that the ending ruins it. Like, I think it could have been a good movie if they decided to go with the whole thing that Tommy Elliott is actually Hush, not the Riddler. Yeah. It just really threw me off. And they really did adapt some certain scenes really well from the comic books to the movie. The movie to the comic books. It was really well done there. And they did some scenes that were translated there. And I really did like Nightwing on that movie. He was pretty funny, and he kept making jokes about Batman and Catwoman banging each other. It was pretty funny. Like, he was acting like he was acting like a dick, which is obviously his name, but he was actually fitting into his name. So But he was like in a comedy way, not like an asshole way, like more like a joking person. So I really did enjoy that. Nightwing was really funny there. Another thing is that what bothered me is that I was hoping to see Jason Todd in this movie because he is in the comic book.
Yeah, yep.
Even though it was later revealed,
but he's not in it.
Yeah, he's not in it at all, and it's just disappointing. Like, my boyfriend said that he would have actually preferred if they wanted to do the whole shock value thing. Like, it would be more interesting if Jason Todd was Hush instead of Riddler. Like, it would probably, if they wanted to make it different, they should have chose Jason Todd rather than the Riddler, because...
I mean, it'd be slightly better than the Riddler. The Riddler it'd make a little bit more sense than the Riddler. Riddler makes no sense at all.
Because, like, Jason Todd knows Batman since he was... I mean... Yeah, since Jason Todd knows Batman since Jason Todd was a child, so it'll make more sense, because Riddler doesn't have that close relationship with Batman as Tommy Elliott does. And
exactly.
Or Jason Todd. He doesn't have that relationship with him, so it's just kind of weird that it just throws you off that he decides to have the Riddler as Hush. It's just, ugh. And I know, I mean, because I did read the comic books, the Batman Hush comic books, a long time ago. It was like years ago. So my memory is kind of fuzzy with it. So I remember reading on Reddit, it was that the reason why they did it is because in the comic book, Hush is working for Hitler. I mean, not Hitler. Oh,
Hitler? Oh my god.
That just came out of nowhere.
No way.
Because I said Riddler. I said Hitler instead of Riddler. Oh my god. Because I was watching Preacher yesterday and I saw Hitler.
Okay.
And I think the word came out. The name came out. The Hush was working for Riddler. And in the comic books. And I think that instead of him working for Riddler, he is the Riddler. So it's like, I guess they just decided to go with that route.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, it's just that, to me, I would have preferred that maybe Hush doesn't work for the Riddler. The Riddler is just... Because the thing is, you see a whole bunch of villains in this storyline because they're working with it's technically the Riddler, but in the comic books they were made it seem like they're working for the Hush, and then at the end you find out it's working for the Riddler. But yeah, you see these villains like trying to get Batman into thinking that something is like trying to get at him for something. I totally forgot. But yeah, it was... I really did like the comic books back then, because I mean, I haven't read the comic books recently. I haven't read the Batman Hush again recently. It's one of the first books that actually pulled me into comic books, because I have the whole entire collection of the Batman Hush, and
that's cool.
I was dying to see this movie adapted because it's one of my favorite storylines, and I have all the Batman. The Hush line action figures. Yeah, because I wanted to get into comic books, and I decided to pick up the Batman Hush series, and I got to know the characters so well in there because they had every single Batman villain in that storyline. So yeah, I got to know the characters really well. Yeah, so I was dying to see this adapted, and it turned out not the way I wanted it.
Not very good.
Yeah, so I mean, it's an okay movie up until the point where Hush is revealed. So
yeah,
I guess I would give it a 7.0.
Okay.
To because it was all right, and then there's
So
I think
it's
just
okay.
yeah.
But,
So yeah, they could have done a much better job. They actually went through with it. Yeah, and I kind of wish I saw Jason Todd. I mean, it would have been cool to see that because they haven't introduced Jason Todd in this universe that they're making with these movies, and it seems like the Jason Todd and Tim Drake doesn't exist, but I want them to exist in this universe. And it's just kind of disappointing that the one chance to introduce them, they decide not to introduce them still. Kind of very disappointing. Oh boy, so hopefully they get to find a way to introduce Jason Todd and Tim Drake on that in that universe of the the animated movies. A couple of scenes I did like of the movie was that I did like the Superman being controlled by Poison Ivy. They did that pretty well.
okay.
But there was one scene that became very freaking pointless, especially to the ending of the plot, that I just realized that there's a scene where Batman talks to Lady Shiva, and it leads to nothing because I know in the comic book it has to deal with Ra's al Ghul being in the Batman Hush storyline, and in the end of the storyline, you do find out, like a couple of issues later, you do find out that the Riddler was working for Ra's al Ghul. So it's like Hush working for Riddler, and Riddler's working for Ra's al Ghul because he's the one that resurrected him from the Lodger's pit and told him he found out Batman's secret identity.
Yeah.
I mean, they did do the Lodger's pit part in the Batman Hush movie, but they didn't put that he was working for Ra's al Ghul. They just said they just
left it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I felt like that was pointless because Ra's al Ghul's not even in the movie, like he is in the comic book, and it really didn't have much anything. Like the storyline had nothing to do with Ra's al Ghul, and that made it even less. Even made it more disappointing. So yeah, it was. That's why I thought it was an okay movie. So
yeah, they must have cut a fair bit.
Yeah.
Oh.
So now I'm gonna go to the comic books.
Okay.
And the first comic book I'm gonna review is Naomi #6, which is another final issue.
Okay, more final issues.
Yeah, because I decided to do final issues because a lot of books were ending as I was in this hiatus.
Yeah, okay.
So I decided to do that. Yeah, so Naomi #6 was a mini-series. I did really like this one. I gave this one an 8.0. I did like it a lot.
Okay.
And the story was about... It leads off where Naomi tells her friend that she discovered she had powers and that she's from a alternate Earth with beings that have superpowers. And she gave her back history about her parents, because she found out she was adopted into this world, into the main Earth, and she came from an alternate Earth.
Right.
So she found out that her adopted parents, they are also from this world, but they were her like protectors. So after her parents were like, I'm not sure they disappeared or they died. They still don't state if they died or not. But apparently the adopted parents went to go protect her on this planet since her parents are disappeared. So
okay.
When she goes to talk to a friend and tell her that she has powers and her backstory, one of the villains that killed her parents comes in and like opens a portal to her world, and he tells her things about the world, and she decides to learn what they talk to each other and figure out what's going on. And as is also going on, one of the bodyguards is one of the people from her world are looking for her with her adoptive parents because they noticed she was missing. So they went to go look for her, and so speaking to her friend. So yeah, and as that was going on, she was talking to the guy that killed her parents, and the guy was trying to pretend he didn't kill her parents, but she wanted to hear what he had to say, and then she decided to fight him and say that you actually don't want to kill my parents, don't lie to me like that. So, but then he calls her a sneaky liar. Oh. So they start fighting each other.
Wow. Okay.
He has a pretty awesome fighting scene, and then another friend of her mom's tells her to leave here, to never come back to this world, so she kicks her out. But then the villain tries to come in to the main Earth, and then Naomi kicks him back out inside a portal. And that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Wow. It sounds pretty out there, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. She meets up with her parents and her friends, and that's pretty much how it ends. I did like this issue a lot because you get to find out backstory about this character, and you get to find out where she comes from, and the art was really good as well. I really did like the art. I was pretty impressed with it, and it was very detailed, and they did a good way of showing her powers, and it seemed, I'm hoping to, it says, I don't know, because they said that they might do a second mini-series of this, and I'm hoping they do, because at first I didn't like it, but it started becoming good like around the third issue.
Okay.
And they decided to end it in the sixth issue, but you get to learn a lot about the history, where she comes from and where her parents are from, but it was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
I did really enjoy it, so and that's why I gave it an 8.0. And trying to find out the name of the artist, because I really did like the art a lot. I think it's probably in the last page.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Yeah, I hate when they do that, because sometimes they put the artist on the first page, but then they end up putting...
Yeah.
Sometimes they put it on the last page. Yeah. Yeah, the artist was Jamal Campbell. Yeah, he was really good at this. I really did like it. And the writers were Brian Michael Bendis and David Walker. Yeah, it was a pretty good one. And they find out that the character is going to appear in Young Justice and on the comic book, and one of the Action Comics, she's up here with Superman. So I'm looking forward to reading those and know more about this character.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and there are some things that a lot of people like that Bendis decided to do for this character. I'm not sure if it was Bendis or David Walker, but he decided to give Naomi's the last name of a famous comic book writer that did the Milestone universe.
Okay.
Dwayne McDuffie. And apparently the character has his last name. So this plays homage to...
that's cool as.
Yeah. What you said?
So that's cool as.
That's cool as, you said?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so the next one is... I just don't know that villain. I hope that villain does come back, because I do want to see more of him. See what he's gonna do to her or do something else. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Hopefully. So the next book I'm gonna talk about is Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider number 10. And I decided to give this one a 7.0. It was okay, because it's about Gwen Stacy. She goes to the She goes to the 616 universe because what's that noise?
I have no idea.
So yeah, she goes to the 616 universe because she's trying to find out that something's going on with her powers. It keeps turning on and off, and it gives her a headache. So she went to go look for. She went to go see if there's like because in her universe she found that the symbiote was made by some doctor called Isla Brock, which is supposed to be like a female version of Eddie Brock. When she's a scientist, but she couldn't find her in her Earth. So she went to go to another Earth and see if it's the same version of the person, but she finds out the person doesn't even exist in that universe. And she runs into Spider-Man and she asks about if there's a Esla Brock, and he tells her no, there's a Eddie Brock, and he doesn't know where he's at. That they'll try to eventually just figure out how to see what's wrong with her powers, and she ends up fighting. They end up teaming up and both fighting the Swarm with the bees, like a villain that has like a body of bees and form into a human body, something like that.
Okay.
It's a corny ass D-list villain. Yeah, they start fighting him and beat him up, and then after they defeat him, a girl that asked Spider-Gwen was her name, and she figured out it's a superhero name. She calls herself Ghost Spider, so that's a new superhero name. And she's decided that she's gonna maybe stay here for a bit and maybe study in the school.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's gonna try to go to school in the 616 universe, and that's pretty much it. So it was an okay issue. I did kind of a good conclusion. It's just that the art felt very messy, and it's just
okay.
It's just weird that Peter Parker doesn't really get to figure out what's going. I'm not sure they're gonna figure out on the relaunch, because they actually relaunched this series, and it's called the Ghost Spider instead of Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider. They took out the Spider-Gwen name and just left Ghost Spider. So I'll see how the relaunch is going to work out.
Yeah.
It was okay. It's just the art was just really, really bad. And it's just, I never really liked the art for this one. And I don't know what was the purpose of relaunching it, but I guess because it's going to have the same writer but a different artist. I guess they just wanted to give a new artist because this one wasn't doing so well.
Yeah.
So it was okay. Hopefully the next relaunch of this year is much better, because it was okay. I don't know. This is not as good as the first Spider-Gwen series.
Yeah.
So
okay.
It wasn't horrible, but it's okay. So I give it a pass, I guess. The next one is I'm gonna go to is The Silencer, number 18, which is another final issue. And this one's alright as well. I gave this one a 7.5. Because the thing is, you see that apparently, because the thing is, it left off with the Silencer running away from Tal Ghul that was going after her and trying to look for her because she betrayed her once again. And because she pretended her memories were erased and she didn't remember who she was, and she just was supposedly obeying to her role, but and she finds out that the Silencer was just doing it as a trick and betrays her and starts running away from her. And they were also fighting a villain, but she got rid of the villain, so that was from the last issue. So now after she runs away, she ends up meeting back with her family because her family thought she was dead or missing. So she ends up seeing finding her husband and her child at home, and they end up doing that. And the father, her husband, he was asking where she's been. I thought you were dead. I didn't know he's gonna be here. So she tells him that it was just that she was doing, like, she was doing something for the government. The government decided to fake her death. So yeah, she said there was a government that was trying to told her to fake her death because they were, I don't know. I was just trying to remember exactly what it was, but I just know that she lied to her husband. It's her husband, and it's just that that got me really annoyed because this whole entire time I wish she would just like tell him, but they decided even if the series ended, they decided not to even bother with it. And I kind of wish that she finally tells her husband that she used to work for Tal Al Ghul, that she was in this organization, and now she's trying to run away from it. But it's just this stupid, constantly moving, and it's just not. Because the thing is, there's been a history where she is constantly moving place to place, and her husband doesn't even quite begin to question why she keeps doing that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, come on, it's pretty obvious that she's hiding something. that whole stupid, she faked her death because the government told her to, doesn't make much sense. Yeah, because you even see the husband goes to therapy about this, and he just seems like all like an emotional rut, and then he just she was staging a death because of a terrorist incident. That's about it. It wasn't a good explanation, but whatever. It was pretty bad, and apparently he rubs it off. He decides to just let it go, and they decide to go move away again and hope to have a new life somewhere else. And apparently Silencer does run into Deathstroke because Deathstroke wanted to tell her that Leviathan is gone, that Tala's organization has been taken over by somebody else. So she's not on the hunt anymore, but she should be expecting something else to happen since the organization got taken over, which is what's been happening in Superman books. They've been detailing that, and I haven't read all of it yet, so I'll check out what happens there. But it was okay. That's why I gave it 7.5. It wasn't terrible, but I just didn't like that she still didn't tell a secret identity to her husband, and it's just the way that part is done is pretty dumb.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. So, overall, it was okay. So I'm hoping to see more of this character somewhere else, because I know her series didn't last too long because it was dying down eventually. So I guess it didn't last long, but she's still longer than most of the other new characters that was spin off of this Dark Knight's Metal thing. So she lasts longer than most of the other characters that they introduced. And now the only remaining spin-off of these Dark Knight's Metal books is the Terrifics. So I'll see how long that lasts. So the next book I'm going to be talking about is The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl number 46.
Okay.
Yeah, this one, I gave it an 8.0. It was the end of their story arc, but it had to do with War of the Realms, and I really did enjoy this one. Because she's working with forgot the character's name already. God damn it! Oh, it's Rat Tosker, something like that. Some of this Guardian Squirrel Girl of Chaos, not Squirrel God of Chaos.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, they've been working together, and she made her go to her side because she used to be a villain of Squirrel Girls. But now that this War of the Realms event is happening, they decided to work together because she was in prison, and they were treating her bad, and she escapes and runs to Squirrel Girl. So they're working together to take down the Frost Giants from Canada because they were taking over the North American side of the Earth. So yeah.
Okay.
So they were fighting in the Frost Giants, and they found out that the Frost Giants likes to eat the begone whales, something like that.
Yeah.
Those, I mean, they're not really whales, but that's what they call them, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, the Belgola whales, whatever you call those things. Yeah, so they eat them, and the Squirrel Girl and Rasker was trying to figure out a way they can get the whales away from, like, they were trying to get the whales to fight to help them defeat the Frost Giants and get them out of here. And like the things, they did capture whole whales to eat, but then they decided to get the Squirrel Girl and Rasker went to go get some other whales to help those other whales escape. And then Squirrel Girl decides to Squirrel Girl and Rasker decides to talk to the Frost Giants that they shouldn't even be here because their leader doesn't really care about them because taking over the North American area of Earth is pretty pointless to them because there's places like Florida or Arizona, and
yeah,
those places are like the hottest places to even live at, and it's just like it makes it pointless because they can't live in hot conditions. So taking over this place will be pointless. You're setting yourself up for failure. Like you're leading yourself to death. So they got pissed off and decided to go after their king. And
right, yeah.
So yeah, they run off, and the Frost Giants are gone. And now she goes meet up with Loki, and she finds out what Loki is gonna be the new ruler of the Frost Giants, because you find out in the War of the Realms that the leader of Frost Giants ends up getting killed.
Yeah.
So yeah, he runs off, and you find out in the end of the story that Rasker, I really don't know how to say her name, but anyways, that she decides to become a reporter, talk about her random, I think some random acts of chaos that happens on the world.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what she reports on. So it was pretty interesting to see this. So that was the end of the book, but it was pretty interesting for this character to go to some interesting character development. I really did like that a lot. And
yeah,
I like that she did came up with a new name for herself. I should have just called her Rachel, because she did came up with a new name for herself. She called herself Rachel, just to establish her own new personality, that she's no longer a villain. Yeah, so it was pretty interesting for her and Squirrel Girl to become friends and work this out. And she learned how to be a good person, because there were like times that she failed, and Squirrel Girl felt like giving up on her, but she didn't. So she gave her a second chance, and it was pretty good how they worked it out. I really did enjoy this storyline. It's like one of the very few War of the Realms storylines I did enjoy. So overall, it was a very fun storyline, and it was pretty funny as well. So yeah, that's about it for that one.
Okay.
And the next one is The Unstoppable Wasp number 10, which is also a final issue. And that one was okay. I gave it a 7.5. In this story, the girl organization that the Young Wasp has created, Hope Van Dyne, they're fighting off Monica Raspucci, which is a villain that used to be the leader of AIM, but she is back. She's apparently the leader of AIM again.
Okay.
So, yeah, because no one's the leader of AIM now, so she took it over again. So yeah, she's been fighting Wasp and her friends, and she had her own team of teenagers to fight them, and they decided to take her down. And at the end of the book, after they take her down and arrest her, and tell because they think the thing is they helped the teenagers that were working for Monica decide to go on the other side because she was just using them to take over the world. That she really didn't care about the inventions that they were making, because they were making inventions to save the world from, I think it was climate change. I don't know. I forget what it was. It was something to do, has something to do with that, I think. So Monica lied about being able to help the world, so they to portray her after they found out she lied, and then after that happened, Wasp ends up finding out, because the thing is, one of the characters, they said that I don't think your stepmom, Janet, has told you everything. And so yeah, Wasp finds out that her father became Ultron.
Right.
So yeah, that's the Ultron took over his body and started being a villain. So the thing is, Janet ended up keeping it a secret from her, from Hank Pym's daughter, and now they finally told her, and apparently she took it off as it was nothing. I mean, it was just pretty dumb. That she's like, oh, I know why she did it, because she didn't want to hurt my feelings, and because she cared about me and she loved me, so it was okay for her to lie to me.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that would be the case. It was realistically. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure if your stepmom lied to something about your father, I'm pretty sure the automatic reaction would is that you'll be mad.
Yeah.
That you're mad that you're lied about, not told this secret that's been around for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's just, it doesn't really make it believable that a child would understand the situation so easily. I'm pretty sure since she's a child, she should have been like pissed off at the situation and get mad at Janet for lying to her for all these years and not tell her a way that they can help her father get back to his normal self. So you didn't do anything about that. And we also get to find out one of the characters that was in the same Red Room organization as Hope Van Dyne. She finds out her full name, and it was Ying Lu. So she finds out her real name, but she doesn't know. I think she's gonna find out who her real parents are maybe someday eventually, but the book is already canceled. So
yeah.
And like it really matters, but whatever. But it was okay conclusion, I guess. I think they decided not to like give Hope Van Dyne to get mad about her stepmom lying, because the book is already over, so there's no point in putting a new drama to fill. It's not gonna be bothered concluding. But I don't know. It just makes it very freaking weird that she reacted like it was okay.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much it. The art was good and it was very well detailed. I did like the art for this one. And I just wish that this book was kept on going, but it didn't sell so well. So
yeah.
The second time this book got canceled because it didn't sell well single issues in the first volume. It had the same writer and artist. It only lasted 8 issues, and then all of a sudden they decided to bring the series back because the trade paperbacks were selling pretty good.
Yeah, right.
And then the book got canceled again because the single issues weren't selling that well. So it seems like to me this book could only sell as a trade paperback. It cannot do so well with single issues.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah, because a lot of people like to buy the books all together. They don't like to wait for it weekly, and a lot of people are into like the trade paperback or graphic novel forms. They don't. I know a lot of people are more into that than buying single issues.
Yeah, I think I probably fall into that a little bit
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, most people are not really into the whole single issue trend. I don't know, but I always feel like they should start counting the trade paperbacks as... I mean, they started doing that, but it's just... I don't know. I think comic books have to figure out a way to... I don't know, because single issues aren't selling as well as the trade paperbacks.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They had to figure something out with that. Yeah, overall it was okay. So the next one is... So yeah, I'm really gonna miss that series because they introduced a lot of characters and I was hoping to see more of them. There was one character that discovered she had plant powers and I wanted to know more about that, but oh well. And the next book I'm going to talk about is... I'm going to skip The Walking Dead for now because I want to talk about it last.
Okay.
The next one is Thor number 14 and 15. And in Thor 14, I did not like it at all. I think I could give it a 5.
Oh, boy.
Because the art was really bad. The story didn't make much sense. Because... the story was about the Fantastic Four they end up going to the past and finding young Thor to help fight in the War of the Realms.
Yeah.
And yeah, so all the Thors, they end up teaming up to fight Malekith, and young Thor is complaining all this whole entire time of why he doesn't have the meteor, why he's not worthy of it, and it's this constant bickering. It's really fucking annoying. You know, you're supposed to be like that because he's a young Thor, very young, naive child.
Yeah.
And then at the at the end, he's trying to pick up the hammer, the meteor, and he ends up picking it up and like save his mother from Malekith, and then after he is worthy of the hammer, he said he doesn't want it anymore, so he gives it back to old Thor, and he said he prefers to have his Jabberjaw, which is his axe weapon. So he doesn't want to have the meteor anymore.
Okay.
Like, okay, you do all this bitching and bickering to not want to have it anymore. It's just like the whole thing goes pointless. So you're just being annoying for no freaking reason.
Yeah.
So I did not like this story, and it was just kind of pointless. And I did not like Thor number 15 either. I gave it a 6.5. It was okay.
Okay.
Because the thing is, what bothered me is that this book decides to tell the same exact story as War of the Realms Omega. And it's like, why is there... if they're both by the same freaking goddamn story, why you have to buy 2 books to get the same one? And just
yeah.
Why couldn't you just leave this story off? Like, don't even bother doing a issue 15 and just do only War of the Realms Omega. That's it. Because I know this is concluding War of the Realms after... This takes place after War of the Realms number 6.
Yeah.
And after they defeat Malekith, you see it's supposed to be like an entry point to all the series that's coming out. You see a little bit of Loki ruling the Frost Giants, and you see Jane Foster becoming the new Valkyrie because all the Valkyries have been dead, and she gets this piece of her hammer ends up becoming a new weapon that attaches to her arm. She has new abilities of it.
Okay.
And at the end, you do find out that Malekith goes to hell, which is the...
Fair enough.
Yeah, he goes to the hell realm of...
Yeah.
Of hell. So he ends up being there, and he's tortured to repeat the same origin story. Like, there's an origin story where he gets treated like shit by his own people, and
right.
he has to. No, it's not his own people. It's apparently he gets being tortured by these dog things as he was a child, because he was working for his home race was treating him like a slave. So he keeps running into a bunch of walls, and he gets eaten over and over. So he experiences the same thing over and over, and so he can somehow get out of it. But I don't think they said that he never will.
Okay.
So he has to face that punishment over and over. It's like some eternal hell, that kind of thing.
When's anything eternal in a comic book?
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't think it's like he's gonna get out. They might say it's eternal, but it's a comic book world, whatever.
Yeah.
And Thor also finds out he's gonna be the leader of Asgard. And that's pretty much it. It's just telling those stories across the books. So yeah. And the funny thing is that War of the Realms Omega is the same exact shit. It's nothing different.
Right. Okay.
The only difference is that you find in this War of the Realms Omega #1, you see Hemidol gives Daredevil a new weapon that he has, like the batons. They're now some magical weapon. They have some Asgardian thing. But then in the regular Daredevil series, that shit's never mentioned, or you don't see any of those weapons. You don't see the weapon anywhere, or they never mention War of the Realms ever happened. So that's like point fucking list. So yeah, and then they do the whole Jane Foster, find out she has these powers, and she's working in the doctor and studying the Valkyries' dead bodies. So yeah, it's the same freaking shit as that Thor number 15 issue. And then they show Loki becoming ruler of the Frost Giants, same freaking thing. That's not even different. He just talks to a child, and that's about it. He's a new ruler. He protects the child. That's because they were attacking him, and he saves them. And then they have Punisher in this one.
Right.
And he's gonna go because he found out that there's a whole bunch of orphans because people from Asgard decided to kill the kid's parents. So now he wants revenge, and that's what Punisher decides to do. That's pretty much it. So it's like only 2 new stories were added here, which is the Daredevil one and the Punisher one. But most of the other stories are the same from Thor number 15. So I think I'm going to give both of them a 5 for just telling the same exact story. It is really freaking pointless.
Yeah.
So I'd scratch that, not giving it a 6.5. I'd just give it both 5s. There's no point in telling the same story twice in 2 different books. That was waste of money.
That's right.
You just kept it with 1 book. And the next one is War of the Realms number 6. I did not like this one. I just give it a 6.0 because it gave the very rushed conclusion to the War of the Realms storyline, because a lot of the tie-ins didn't have much conclusion. It said, the ending, it continues here in War of the Realms number 6.
Yeah.
And they try to close out all those tie-ins with this one issue that didn't really do much, because you just see all the heroes fighting the goddamn, like you see like Daredevil and Spider-Man and Captain America defeating the Frost Giants. Then you see the Thors fighting all the Thors, like Jane Foster Thor, 6 Thor, young Thor, and old Thor. They're all fighting Malekith, and then they defeat him. And then after they defeat him, Thor ends up The thing is, what's doesn't make much sense is that the meteor appears the meteor appears and Thor ends up picking up the hammer he's worthy of, and he defeats Malekith, and that was the end. And Loki does kill his father. He kills up the king of the Frost Giants. It's just a mess because you see all the tie-ins in here. You see the heroes. They were just cameo appearances, and they were just fighting until someone else defeats them.
Yeah.
Which ended up being Loki, so they made the whole thing pointless. So Loki ends up coming out of his father's body and kills him, because at the beginning of the story, you see that Loki ends up in the first issue of War of the Realms. Loki is supposedly dead, like his own father ate him, and then at the end, he didn't eat him. He comes out of his stomach this whole entire 6 issues.
Okay.
And kills him, and it's just like, oh my god! So he didn't digest him this whole entire time. Okay, whatever. So they made this whole, oh my god, he's dead for nothing to bring him back alive. It just made it freaking pointless. I didn't like that. And they rushed all the tie-ins that were in here. I didn't like that either. And
yeah.
I did like one thing, which was that Thor becomes the king of Asgard, which I was hoping for it to happen, because in the future, old Thor is the king of Asgard, so I kind of figured that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I just am really confused with this whole meteor kind of thing, because when Jane Foster was fighting at the end of her series, she was fighting some villain called the Mangog, and the hammer ends up breaking apart, and the pieces end up going into the sun, and it's just so freaking retarded how all of a sudden at the end of this storyline, the meteor comes back all in one piece, like nothing was ever broken from the sun, and it's just like, how did that fucking happen? No explanation. It just happens. So it's just like, okay, the meteor appears conveniently right on time. Fucking Deus Machina plot. He just defeats Malekith, and this doesn't make any sense to Thor number 14 when young Thor defeats Malekith as well. So which one actually happened then?
Yeah.
Because you see 616 Thor fighting Malekith here as well, and he defeats Malekith. So it's like you see the same freaking story twice with different Thors.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So yeah, I really did not like this storyline. To me, it's one of the worst storylines I've seen Jason Aaron do. Because to me, it was just an action fest, and it really didn't tell a good story. And I just didn't like that all the heroes couldn't end this war without Thor. They just kept complaining that they need Thor for everything. And you have characters like freaking Captain Marvel saying that she needs Thor to defeat. No, she doesn't need Thor to defeat anything. Stop it. It's making this sound stupid. So yeah, it's just really, really freaking bad. At least she did defeat Surtur's daughter, but that's about it.
Yeah.
It's whatever. It was okay. I mean, that's why I gave it a 6.0. I did not like it. It was whatever. So yeah, that was it for War of the Realms. The next one is X-Force, number 10, which is another final issue. I gave this one a 7.0. It was okay, and the art looked really terrible. Oh god. And I can understand why this series got canceled so fast, because the art was just always bad, and I did not like it.
Okay.
So yeah, the series only lasted 10 issues. And I knew that was going to end up happening because the art was so bad. And in this story, you end up having because the X-Force, they travel to the future to save Cable because Cable is fighting Strife, a young Strife.
Right.
And the thing is, Strife also had, Strife had Rachel Summers trapped, and then he also had Cable's girlfriend trapped somewhere and infected her with some type of virus. I think the same virus the legacy virus that Cable had. So yeah, they end up saving, the X-Force end up saving her, and they end up curing her eventually, because you see Rachel Summers, she ends up escaping as well. She ends up fighting Strife, and she tells the people that were working for Strife that he just lied about their past and manipulated them and into thinking that Cable had killed their family members, but it was Strife that actually did it. So they end up working with the X-Force to fight off Strife.
Yeah.
And then they end up, they only decide to arrest Strife and put him in a prison, because they said, because the thing is, X-Force were gonna kill him, but then Cable said to not kill him, because if you do that, then the Cable that they always knew would never exist. So they decide not to kill Strife.
Okay.
And they basically went back to the past, and Cable went with them, and left everybody else in the future. So that was pretty much the end of it, and that was pretty much it. It was okay. I just didn't like the whole... This is one thing that did annoy me about this book, is that they kept doing the whole... They do one issue, they will do killing, and then the second issue, they will stop killing. They try to do the whole moral code thing, and it's just like, make up your freaking mind. Are you gonna go against the morals or go with the morals? And it just kept doing that back and forth, and it got really annoying. I understood for this time around why not to kill Strife, because that makes sense that the future won't be the same, but I don't know. The future's already fucked up because they have young Cable meeting with this X-Force, so I'm not sure it really make much sense. But okay. But yeah, so the future is already different, so how can you bring the old future back? But whatever. It didn't make much sense. So that's why I gave this a 7.0. It was an okay conclusion to the story.
Yeah.
I didn't like it too much. So that was pretty much it for that one.
Okay.
And this one, oh my god. It's another book I did not like. The Walking Dead number 193.
Yeah, because this got cut early, didn't it?
Yes, it did. They cut it. Yeah. Robert Kirkman decided to call it quits and just finish Walking Dead because he did not know. He was kind of, I think...
sick of it.
Not sure if he was sick of it. The problem is that he was getting too afraid to kill the characters off.
Yeah, okay.
Like, he grew an attachment to these characters, and he didn't want to kill them off anymore. So he decides to end the book. So he pussied out, basically. And that just got me annoyed, because I was looking forward to this book continuing to where it was leading up to, and it's just like, I just didn't like how it ended.
Yeah.
The book because the book fast forwards to the future, and you see Carl grown up. He's with Sophia, and he ends up killing a zombie because a zombie was like attacking, was coming in his backyard, and he ends up killing it, and he ends up getting in trouble for killing the zombie that was at his house.
Okay.
Because he finds out that the thing is, it was one of Maggie's son. Because the thing is, he has a circus of zombies, and apparently one escaped and ended up where Carl's house is, and he wasn't supposed to kill that zombie because it was his zombie. And
okay.
Yeah, he ends up going to court for this stupid thing about killing the zombie, and Yeah, after he goes to court, and they make a whole freaking dramatic deal about, oh, you're not supposed to kill zombies because they were his property, and
oh my god.
It's just...
See, having not read or watched the show for a long time, that just sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, they're not allowed to kill zombies anymore. And it's just really freaking dumb. I just didn't like that. It just became really freaking annoying. And they decided to let the whole thing go because Maggie decided... No, not Maggie. It wasn't Maggie, because Maggie was agreeing with her son. But... it was Michonne Michonne's daughter decided to let everything go, to not let Carl get into trouble for this. So the whole thing was just pointless. All that dramatization for Carl not to have punishment for his charges.
Right.
So he doesn't even get charged for what he did. And Carl was complaining to Maggie that, her son is obnoxious. You gotta stop spoiling him, and you can't let him be doing whatever he wants because his father wasn't around.
Right. Yeah.
Which is, I don't know. It just made it seem very out of character for Maggie, because to me, I never seen her back down for anything, and it's just, I don't think she would have raised her son that way, to be like getting up to the point where he has zombies for pets and a stupid circus kind of thing. Because the thing is, she always hated the zombie apocalypse, and just for her to have her son that way just doesn't make any sense. And what also is kind of annoying is that you also find out that the reason why Maggie's son had the zombies is because he wanted to remind everyone that the zombies still exist. Because the thing is...
What?
Yeah, it was just really It was getting dumber and dumber as it went. Yeah, because the thing is, the zombies are no longer around this area. Because the thing is, zombies have been almost extinct. So the zombies have been very far off the land. And the world's been peaceful because everyone's been... the towns have been peaceful because everyone's forgotten that the zombies exist. So he wanted to remind them that the zombies are still here, to still be afraid of this world. And who knows, zombies might come around and attack them and take their place again. So that was the whole point of that. Whatever. And there also is some stupid love triangle kind of thing with Carl and...
What?
Yeah, because Carl ends up... The thing is, he ends up going to Eugene's place.
Yeah.
In the book. And on his way over there, he ends up going with Lydia, which is his ex-girlfriend. Apparently now it's his ex-girlfriend. It's just so retarded because the thing is, he's having some type of love triangle with his ex-girlfriend and his current girlfriend that he has a child with. So yeah, apparently they have this love triangle thing, because the thing is, he ends up going to, when he goes to see Eugene and look for Negan. The thing is, he ends up going to, he ends up meeting up with Lydia, and they go sleep in a camp. And the thing is, they sleeping together, and
okay.
And she talks about how she still loves Carl, and she kind of wished that they were still together because she still had the eye patch. Like he hides the eye patch now, and she doesn't understand why he doesn't just have it off, because she loved him for just who he is. She didn't care what he looked like. And he's just being with Sophia just for the hell of it, when he really wants to be with her. So it's just really freaking annoying that they have this dramatized relationship here. And the point, apparently Carl ends up he goes meet up with Eugene, and he runs into Negan, and you see Carl arguing with Negan about his father and how he never showed them respect for him, and stuff arguing over there. And apparently, as soon as Carl goes back and ends up talking with Sophia, Sophia ends up getting up mad at him because he went with Lydia to go see Eugene without telling her, and it's just like she just gets real mad about the whole jail incident, and it's just she's just mad because she said that Eva to keep the daughter safe and not go into this trouble. So it gets very over dramatic for no reason.
Yeah, okay.
It's just so yeah, it just gets really freaking annoying, and it's just I just didn't like how this book was over, because the thing is that before this ever happened, it seems like they were leading to, after the court case is over and Carl decides to read this story to his daughter about how his father was the greatest person in the world. Yeah. And I did so much things for him and make the world a better place, and that I did like that story, because that part was pretty good about talking about Rick, and that was a little bit touching. That's the only good part in this whole entire book.
Okay.
And it's one of the things that everybody keeps mentioning in the reviews of this book, and why you like this book, because of the Rick thing. But that was only at the end, so it's just like the book was only good in one little part, and that to me, that does not make it a good book. It was only one part. One part out of like 82 pages is not what makes it good. To me, I just didn't like the way it ended, because to me, in the Commonwealth storyline, it made it seem like Carl wanted to kill himself, and because Rick had died, like in the storyline that was before this.
Okay.
And the thing is that in the future covers of the book, it was showing a new character that was could end up being like a sheriff. Looked like it was like some black character, and apparently there was gonna be like some samurai kind of type of storyline that was supposed to be coming out. And there was also a picture where that Carl is stabbed with a sword, and there's like a grave with Sophia and her daughter Andrea.
Okay.
Yeah, they were looking at a grave, and I think Carl was supposed to die, and they didn't go through with that because I think Robert Kirkman was getting way too attached to these characters, and he didn't want to kill off Carl. So instead of doing that, he went to fast forward to the future and decided not to. Because even at the end of the book, he said it was a gag, but I doubt it was a gag. He said they kind of wanted to tell the story of Carl dying, but that was not really intended to happen.
Right.
So he decided to do a time jump and just go for this final issue. So to me, it seemed like he chickened out and didn't want to kill Carl. Because he did the same thing with Negan. He did not kill Negan off, and I know that he kind of regret not killing him off, because he said that he wanted to. He figured he should let Maggie kill off Negan, but he didn't have her do that because he had attachment to the characters. And I noticed that he was, after he killed off Rick, he was getting really attached not to kill anyone. And I think that's why. It's just because you find out, and as this book fast forwards to the future, no one is dead. I mean, that he didn't kill off any more characters. Everybody that was alive at that storyline in the past are still alive here.
Yeah.
So he didn't kill any of the characters off. It's just like, whatever. you just grew way too attached to these characters and you want to kill off any more characters. So you gave up on this book. So it's just, to me, it just seems kind of... Because I wish the story would have kept going. And because I remember reading on the articles, it said the original ending was supposed to be that zombies win.
Okay.
And everyone dies. That's supposed to be the actual ending in the book. Even says on the back of the end notes here, because he gives a whole letter of what was supposed to happen, and he decided to chicken out on that one. Because again, I think he grew attached to the characters. They didn't want to kill everyone off, so he grew. I think that's what the main reason was, is that he didn't want to kill off the characters anymore because he got way too attached. And I noticed when he killed Andrea off in this book, he gave a big letter and was kind of regretting that he killed the character off, and was hoping it was the right thing to do, that he killed it off. So he was hoping that people would forgive him for killing her off. And I did forgive him. It's like, well, this is the whole point of the book. Characters, you're supposed to feel for them and get attached and then grieve because the characters when these characters die, you grew to love them. That's the whole point of this book. And for you to chicken out on it, it just seems very pointless of the whole entire series to me.
Yeah, it's a bit of he cares too much what everyone thinks.
Yeah. To me, it's like, if you're going to get to that point, then don't do this book at all. Because I thought this whole book was supposed to be about death and the way humans react to it or respond to it. It's supposed to be the humanity of this book. I mean, this book was supposed to be about humans dealing with death, and that's kind of like the theme of the zombie for this book. And I know there's one little interesting thing I think they were trying to do with the whole zombies, because I'm not sure they were trying to speak about the whole the law in America they have here is that if a person decides to rob your house, if you don't kill them, they can actually sue you. And
what?
Yeah, that's one of the stupid laws over here. And you can go to court and they can not get in trouble for trying to steal your house. Like, I heard it, because a lot of people have said, like, if someone tries to rob your house, make sure you actually kill them so they won't actually sue you.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah, so I think they were trying to talk about that in some kind of way where, like, the zombie comes to the house and he gets in trouble for well, in here he actually kills a zombie and gets in trouble for it. So I think they were just trying to parallel that. So they was trying to, because I know with Robert Kirkman, he always tries to make some parallels to the politics of The Walking Dead parallel to the politics of the U.S.
Yeah, right.
In some shape and form.
Okay.
So I think that was the only interesting thing, I guess. It was okay, but I think the way they demonstrated was kind of dumb. Because the zombies, I don't know, I just didn't like the idea of him getting in trouble for killing a zombie. Because the whole point is that they're not supposed to be getting comfortable about this place where there's zombies. I don't understand why they got comfortable to even think that it's okay to, live in a world of... They end up living in a world with no fear when they should always live in a world of fear because the zombies are there and they shouldn't... I don't know. I just didn't like that feeling of that they got used to not having the zombies around. The world became so peaceful for them. And it just didn't make much sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just didn't like what this story became because it's just... Another thing is that I remember Robert Kirkman said in, like, way back when Walking Dead was like in the mid seasons of the TV show, I remember he was saying that Rick can die and this book, the comic books or the TV show could go past Rick. And they didn't do that in here. He decided to end Walking Dead right when Rick dies. So it's just like, okay, the story was not past Rick. It was about Rick, and you said that this book was not supposed to be about him, and you made it about him. So you went back on your word. So it's whatever. But I just didn't like how this book turned out, and I think it would have been a great, because I think the whole idea was that Carl was supposed to commit suicide because his father was not around. And I think that would have been a great story to tell about someone who, I'm not saying suicide is a good thing to do. Of course it isn't, but I just wanted to, I wanted Robert Kirkman to give a story where he can give a reason why people, I'm trying to understand why would someone commit suicide in a world like this, because and make it parallel to what happens in people who commit suicide in this world, and give an actual positive, uplifting story about suicides and how we can prevent it. Something like about suicide, and that would have been a great story about that. But he chickened out on it and decided not to do it, and it's just kind of disappointing to me. I would have preferred to see a story like that rather than this, to be honest. And I would like to have seen that the story moves forward away from Rick, because he did say that in the beginning that wasn't supposed to be a Rick story, and it ended up being a Rick story.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
But yeah. But it's whatever. And that's pretty much it. So I decided to give this book a 6, maybe a 6.0, because I did not like it. I did not like how it ended, and I only liked the one part. And me, this is not a satisfying end.
Yeah.
To me, and it's kind of disappointing. And I just don't like that Negan is still being a dick after all this, and it's just like, why you didn't kill him off since the beginning? But no, you're checking out on that one too.
Yeah.
It's just real freaking dumb. And what makes it even odd is that before, in the past, you see Carl is with Lydia, and he even tells Sophia that he doesn't love her, that he loves Lydia. And then you fast forward to the future, and he's with Sophia instead of Lydia.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why? So you can make this stupid love triangle, which is freaking pointless because the book is over. So there's no point of doing a new drama that's not going to solidify. It's just a fill-in drama that makes it very unnecessary, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a little irritating.
Such a waste.
Yeah. And now I'm going to try to talk about the Walking Dead season finale TV show. I did not enjoy it that much because
not a good week for The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I know. I really am looking forward to next season, but that it's going to start in October, but I just don't know how to feel about the way. I just didn't like the season finale because in the season finale there was a blizzard, and they were like, the kingdom was trying to go to Alexandria because there it's more, they can actually have people live while the blizzard is around. And as they're going over there, to travel to Alexandria to survive, they fighting freaking zombies in a freaking blizzard, and it's just like, how these zombies are here? Hello? If it was an actual blizzard, the zombies would have fucking froze to death. They wouldn't be fighting. And it's just like they go through that. And it's like they're frozen zombies that can somehow still move. And it's just really unrealistic. And it's... And you see them... Because the thing is, they have to cross this like, you know, the ice when there's like... Like the water... Like the ocean turns into ice, and they have to walk. Apparently, they had to walk across that to reach the other side of the land. And instead of it collapsing itself, they were actually able to walk through, but they were like over dramatizing that it was gonna happen, and it didn't end up happening. It's just freaking it was so annoying. And I did not like that over dramatization for no reason. It's just everyone gets across safely, and it's just like, yay, everyone survives. It's just all pointless. And the thing is, another over dramatization was that they were afraid to get to Alexandria because they were afraid of the Whisperers were gonna come and stop them from going to one place to another, when the Whisperers didn't even come at all, because they went to go to somewhere off land because they wanted to be able to survive the blizzard. So they went to a place where there wasn't any snow before this blizzard even came. And it's just like, how did they know that the blizzard was coming? This is not somewhere like world where they can figure out, where they have what they call it, where they can figure, where they don't have the technology to predict when the weather is coming. So it's just really freaking dumb how these people who live outside is supposed to know when the blizzard's coming, so they prepare to leave before the blizzard even comes. And it's just, no, I don't think that's possible. So it just became a very unrealistic episode, and it just became one of the worst to me.
Yeah,
and
fair enough.
I was liking this season in the beginning until a point where they decided to kill off Carol and Ezekiel's adopted son, Henry.
Okay.
Because he was supposed to play Carl's part, and the thing is, they were doing the whole storyline where he ends up falling in love with the girl that was from the Whispers. And he wanted the girl to join his side, and she ends up joining his side. And the thing is, there was a love triangle, because there was a girl that's like Sophia, but it's not Sophia because Sophia died already. So they had a girl take her role. And she was in love with Henry, and Henry said that he was in love with her. And then all of a sudden, you see the Whispers end up killing Henry and the girl that was in love with him, but that he wasn't. So the daughter from the Whispers is still alive. She joins the good side and betrays her mom and the Whispers. And Henry's already dead, so it's just like the role that's the character that's supposed to have Carl's role and continue Carl's storyline is just not existent anymore because he's dead. So it's just, you won't see, it's just kind of disappointing that you won't see that storyline continue and be adapted with the comic books. So I don't know what they're going to do at this point now that he's dead. And what are they going to do with Lydia now that her boyfriend is dead, and what they could actually do with the character. So I got kind of disappointed with that. I really wish, it seemed like they wanted to do some shock value and kill different characters that were because different characters were killed in the comic book, and they decided to go to a different path in the TV show. So I was kind of disappointed with that. So I didn't really enjoy the season finale, and even the parts before the season finale. But I am looking forward to next season because it seems like there's a split up between Carol and Ezekiel. They don't be together anymore.
Yeah.
And apparently Michonne ends up going out with Ezekiel like it was in the comic books. And it seemed like maybe Carol's going to end up falling in love with Daryl. So I think that's going to be kind of interesting. And I want to know, I wonder what this leads to with Michonne being the leader of Alexandria. And
yeah,
it seems like Negan is actually going to be a good guy and actually join. I just hope it doesn't go to the path where in the comic books is that he pretends that he's going to join Alexandria and then he betrays them and joins the Whispers. And
yeah,
it just pissed me off in the comic book because it's like they try to redeem him and he doesn't even redeem himself. He just becomes worse. And it makes it all pointless. It's like whatever. And then I did like the Young Justice season finale for season 4. That one was really good. And there, Young Justice, the season finale was that they end up not season 3 Outsiders. So yeah, they end up defeating Granny Goodness and take her off the control of the... Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot it. What is it called? The anti-life thing. So yeah, they decided to break the anti-life because the thing is, the whole entire plan was for Darkseid to put this anti-life on the whole entire planet Earth, so they can find a way to like control humans with no free will. So they decided to break off with that and end up defeating Granny Goodness, and then that whole entire thing concludes. They end up defeating Granny Goodness, and then there's also apparently D-Lab in the season finale, because that was like one of the story that was one of the episodes before this. That wasn't the actual season finale. After that happens, there's a episode where Artemis ends up seeing Wally from the afterlife and actually has a life, and Wally convinces her to get over his death and decides to live back on Earth. And you end up finding out, Zatanna, that all that was an illusion and that wasn't really Wally, but she was just manipulating Artemis so she can get over him. So that was an interesting episode. And then they decided to do. There was one more episode where the Outsiders decide to go to Brian's Geoforce. His country was being taken over by D-Lab, which is a person that he was part of his warrior family kind of thing, and he didn't like he didn't want him to become leader, so he went to go after him, and Brian ended up killing him. And you also find out at the end that one of the people that were working for the Lights was making Brian end up. He forced Brian. He did some like little telepathy magic thing to force Brian to kill D-Lab, and the Outsiders didn't like that, and they were pissed off at him. And Geoforce decides to become leader of the country, Makovia, and people were happy. They end up killing D-Lab, the guy that wanted to take over Makovia.
Yeah.
And the Outsiders were pissed off about it because that's not what heroes do. But he said that he put a good point because there were some secrets going on with Batman and Nightwing, and they're investigating a whole bunch of things of what the anti-life equation and without telling the outsiders what was going on behind the scenes. And apparently Geoforce was really pissed off about that, and he even didn't like that his girlfriend Halo even lied to him, because apparently she was keeping that, because the thing is, one of the doctors was telling Halo that she's gonna die, and Halo decided to keep that secret away from her boyfriend Geoforce, and he was getting sick of all the lies, so he says that he was complaining to the team that it's bad not to kill, but it's okay to lie, cheat, and manipulate other people, like lie, cheat, and steal. And it's like your morals are all fucked up, but it's whatever.
Yeah, right.
And I agree with him on that. It's like, it's just stupid how they always like, it's okay to do those other things, but when it comes to killing, that's when you cross the line. When all the other things should be crossing the line as well. I mean, manipulating people with different emotions and it's just lying to them is not also a good thing either. So, yeah, so I kind of like that conflict, and I'm hoping that this will lead to something more. And apparently they also tease the Legion of Superheroes at the end of the season, and I'm looking forward to that. And I like to see what they do with the Legion of Superheroes and Young Justice. So I really did like this season. It was really good. And I got to know more about the metahumans and the metahuman, because the whole plan of Darkseid was to control metahumans on Earth, and they want to control humans too with the anti-life equation, and that didn't happen. So it was pretty interesting to see that drama go through this whole entire story, and there's a lot of twists and turns and portrayals and conflict, and it was pretty interesting, and I did like that. And we got to know a lot about characters, so I really did like the season finale of this one.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good. I'm looking forward to next season. And now, well, I think I give it an 8.0 for Young Justice, or maybe a 9, while Walking Dead gets like a 6.5 for the season finales. So yeah. That's what. And now I'm gonna try to talk about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. The game. Okay. It's been a pretty enjoyable game. I really like it. Okay. I did not like the story. The story was but the gameplay was really fun. I did enjoy that. Was
the story just sort of like a bad copy of the Infinity Saga?
It was like
yeah.
Because the thing is,
I got that feeling from it.
Yeah, because it was like everyone was collecting all the Infinity Gems, and it's just like you find out, because the thing is, they introduced Thanos' son, and throughout the whole entire story, they tease that he's to be a bad guy, and then, I mean, he says that he'll never go down that path, and then all of a sudden, he goes to that freaking path at the end of the story, and decides to take the Infinity Gems and turns evil when he hated his father and never wants to do what he would do, and he ends up doing what he wants to do, and takes up the Infinity Gems and becomes a villain, and you have to fight him and get all the Infinity Gems back and put them away, and that was it.
Yeah.
It's just that they kept doing a lot of, the bad guy becomes the good guy out of nowhere, because they did that with Venom. You save him from you not save him, you fight him in the raft, like the prison world, the prison place that they have for criminals. They end up fighting there because there's an Infinity Gem there. So they fight there, and Venom ends up fighting you guys, fighting the heroes, and with Electro, and then after you defeat Electro or Venom, he ends up joining the team, and he's like a good guy all of a sudden. And it's just like Spider-Man was like, "Oh, we're like, yeah, we fight each other a few times, and then we work together. That's just how it works." And then same thing happens with Magneto. You end up fighting Magneto in the X-Men storyline, and then all of a sudden, he decides to join your team because the Black Order is gonna destroy the world. So it's just like, oh, that's going against my mutants, and he decides to join the team and fight. And it's just like this whole stupid, oh, villains become good guys just to. There's a lot of switch arounds, and it just got really freaking annoying. And then I like that. So the storylines were really bad, and the voice acting wasn't that great. I know these voice actors could do better because they actually have done voice. They have voice act these characters in many video games and cartoons, and they do act these characters pretty well. But I think it's not the voice acting that's bad. It's probably because the writing is so terrible that the delivery of these characters are not that great. It's not. I don't think it's
right.
Probably the voice actor's fault, because I've seen these voice actors do these characters before, and they do a phenomenal job with them. And all of a sudden in this game, they do a terrible job. It just doesn't make much sense. So I think it's just because the writing is bad and not the acting.
Yeah.
Because they do the personalities really well in this game. Like when you talk to the characters, and they have the dialogue, and it's just that's nailed pretty well. I like that. But when it comes to like the actual story, it's just really bad. But the gameplay is really fun. I would give it a 8.0 because the gameplay was really fun, and you get to have these Infinity Trials, and you have to fight there and unlock characters. And I don't like that you get the costumes are reskins. They were just like different colors of instead of actual costumes. But now that they have costumes as DLC, I'm looking forward to that. They're gonna have some, hoping to see more content. It looks like this game's gonna have more content, and I'm looking forward to that. So it's a really fun gameplay game, but the story sucks. That's all it is. But
okay,
it's really fun to play with a lot of characters, and I have fun with it. So I'm looking forward to play with Marvel Knights characters in the future. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Is there anything else with you?
Yeah, so I'll just do a really quick one.
Oh, okay.
I think we've actually talked about this once before off air, but I actually read F of Superman this week.
Oh, really? The actual the comic book?
Yeah.
All right. What did you think?
I read that. The whole thing is basically just one really long fight scene that goes for like 200 pages.
Yeah, I read it too. I read it.
Yeah.
I read it not like a year ago, so.
Okay. So I thought it was okay, but it did drag on for a while, I thought, as well. And there was a lot of moments where like it faked out Superman was just too tired and couldn't keep on going anymore, but then, he musters up the strength and starts fighting again. I think he did that a fair few times. But yeah, when it comes to his actual death, it's fairly emotional. Like it shows Martha, Kent and stuff, and like they're all sad, and yeah, so that part of it was really good. It was just, I feel like you could cut a fair bit out of it. But yeah, overall pretty good, and I think it's mostly to set up stuff for like the black suit that comes after it.
Yeah.
But I haven't read much of that, so I'm not 100% sure.
I haven't read that part either. I never read what comes after with the black suit and the Steel and Superboy and Eradicator. Cyber Superman. I never read those parts, but because my boyfriend actually has a Death of Superman comic book. So
okay.
I actually went to go read it, see how it aged. And it aged pretty fine for a book that came out in the 90s.
Yeah,
so I did enjoy it to some extent. I didn't think it was terrible. It was all right.
Yeah.
And
no, it definitely wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was entertaining for me at least. And I did enjoy the story where it got emotional when Superman is fighting Doomsday and he ends up giving up and ends up getting killed. But it was pretty interesting how it went through all that. And
it's a very solid ending, I think.
Yeah, and it's kind of sad how fucking Doomsday just like basically kills the entire Justice League.
Yeah. He gets a lot of them.
Oh my god. And the thing is, no one even thinks about those characters, and just like everyone cares about Superman and forget about the Justice League. But he really fucked up half those characters.
Yeah.
So it was pretty sad how the whole thing happened. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, Doomsday wasn't messing around.
Yeah. They made it seem like he was like some unbeatable monster, and he had the same strength as Superman.
Yeah, especially if you don't know like who Doomsday is going into it.
Yeah, because they don't. Cool. He didn't have a backstory at that time, and like in later continuities, you find out that he was a Kryptonian that was experimented on, and his mission was to kill Superman, and that was so that's why he was that strong. So it was pretty
pretty good. I give it like probably a 7 out of 10.
Okay, that's not too bad. I'll probably give it the same score.
Yeah, nice. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I did enjoy it.
It's good to see someone that can actually really hurt Superman.
Yeah, it is.
He's a real challenge for him.
And another thing I did enjoy was the Death of Superman and the Reign of Superman, the DC animated movies that adapt that storyline.
Okay.
They split it to 2 movies, and it was really good. I really did enjoy that because
check that out.
They did a very well done. They did it better than the comic book, and you see the Justice League. They don't get killed, but they end up struggling. And they made it more believable why Superman ends up getting killed by Doomsday. And it's really a good story, and you get to know the relationship between Lois Lane and Superman, and it's really good there. And then in the second part, you get to know the story of Superboy and Steel and Eradicator, and they end up fighting Cyborg Superman as a villain, and it's just interesting how they do his origin story. And it's very different than what they did in the comic books. And it was really good. I really enjoyed those 2. It was one of the best DC animated movies I actually saw. So you should definitely check it out.
Okay. So, I think it will. It sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, no, so that's it from me.
All right. So
okay, I think that's the show.
Yeah. I think I'll end it here. So
okay.
So I hope everyone can look forward to the next episode. So see you guys later.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening.
Yeah. All right. And all right, later guys. So.
See ya.